Hello. Thank you very much. We're about to begin, as we usually begin in time. We are on multiple platforms today. So we doubled the opportunities for us to view this. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we granted access to 3 others to broadcast it in Europe. You pin him for a second. Shegun Obina, what's going on?
Ebenezer, Obe, Ọlárẹ̀mílẹ́kùn ọmọ Fábíyì ti ṣe, ó kọrin fọ́ba, ó kọrin fújòyè, ó kọrin fọ́lọ́wọ́, ó kọrin fọ́lọ́rọ̀, Ẹ̀gbá o, ọmọ Lísàbí, agbègbè àkàlà, bí wọn kò bàtà kẹ́kẹ́, wọn bú pélé, bí wọn kò bú pélé Ẹ̀gbá, wọn sá kẹ́kẹ́ wọn ní wíní, 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 kíkú má pa yín o.
we are very grateful for the performance by Dr. Adeola Adijat Faleye, who is very well known. She was the best student in her class and in the faculty at Ife, where she made a first class in Yoruba literature. And thereafter, she did a PhD and wrote major books, including a long one on Ifa, where she collected so many couples, translated them, and became distinguished also in that respect. She's very well known because she's acted with mainframe in many performances, so many of them. So we have a combination of talents in just one person: a scholar, a performer, an actor, a composer, a poet, and many more. Do please help me to clap for her, although we cannot hear all of you. And we thank you for welcoming Obe. She's going to, I will start my first question. Please, can you pin Chief Obe for me, please?
Yes.
Is it done? Maybe it's the way it's appearing on my side. Hello, Obina?
Yes, Professor, it's been done.
Thank you. Sir, thank you for participating and for your interest in the program. We are very grateful. My first question, sir, is can you count your blessings? What has God done for you? We can't hear you.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you now, sir. We can hear you now, sir.
Yes. Counting my blessing, I have every reason to thank God. But God has been so good to me by giving me the gift and the talent of music and sending me here on earth to come and fulfill my purpose as a musician. Without God, everything that I am today couldn't have been possible. The gift, the talent, everything. In counting my blessing, I will first and foremost say I thank God who made all things possible for me. And in the last 79 years, now going to 80 years, because on the 3rd of April, my next birthday remained 365 days. But now it is much more less than that. And in counting my blessing, I cannot tell it all. But I thank God that He gave me the talent. He made it possible for me to be known, for the gift to be seen. I thank God for that. And for all my achievements, I can't count them all. They are so numerous. And I thank God for that.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Adijat Faleye will now interview Baba for us. Thank you. Dr. Adijat.
Yes, thank you very much. With all respect, I'd like to welcome everyone again to this very important and very interesting outing. And I'd like to congratulate you, sir.
Thank
Our
you.
Chief Ebenezer Obe Remilekun Omo Baba Fabi. I do my heart.
Thank you.
Now, straight to the question. I'd like to ask you, sir, beyond socialization and entertainment, can you tell us, what do you think your music can do to the changing moral etiquette which Nigeria as a nation, or let's say the global village, is facing in the recent times?
Thank you very much. I really like that question because if you look into all my records, they are full of teaching morals, advising the young ones about the future, telling especially the young ones my own experience of life is what I put into my music to educate and to show the younger ones, most especially, the way of life. Morals, hardworking, humility, everything. There is scarcely any of my record which did not touch those areas. Moral, especially what we are facing in our nation now, all my records. That's what I've been teaching.
Yes,
Iṣẹ́
that
lóògùn
is
iṣẹ́, I want to sing this for you.
okay.
Iṣẹ́ lóògùn iṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀rẹ́ mi tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́. Tètè ṣiṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi torí alẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀rẹ́ mi tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́. Every single of my songs teaches moral, teaches humility, and directing people to have focus, to have a goal set for themselves. And I've spoken many times about things may not go straight. It may be said today, it may not be so tomorrow. That is life. We pass through a series of experiences. Though all those are what I put in my records. I can't name them, they are numerous.
That's quite understandable. And we all have them on the YouTube, on all other channels. But I pray our youth will be able to download and make use of them. But there's quite a number of things changing about morality and the rest.
Yes.
Having said that, I'd like to ask you another question, sir.
Okay.
No doubt, listening to a couple of your music, I personally can infer that you are a devout Christian.
Yes.
All that kind of music that I've listened, I can place them side by side, but yours, it's so glaring that you are a devout Christian.
Yes.
Having said that, the Yoruba indigenous traditional folklore is also very evident in your series of music. If time permit me, I can sing one.
Please.
The Erotinro JJ is there.
Yes.
Aha.
Yes.
Then in the one that I like so much, that makes me infer that you are a devout Christian, is just one that
you can sing it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Nígbà táwọn ọ̀tá mi bá fẹ́ dìde ogun, Olódùmarè jọ̀wọ́ bá mi ṣẹ́gun.
Yes. Agbára ń bẹ
lọ́dọ̀ Jésù ọba.
Yes, 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 yes.
Jésù
Ó ṣé o.
Without mixing words, you are a Christian. But I'd like to find out, sir, can you tell this audience, these wonderful listeners and viewers, in what way have you benefited from the Yoruba indigenous folklore, which in most cases, most youths, even in recent times, create their music from, they tap from it. And I also want to find out from you, sir, what is the link between being a Christian and tapping from the traditional indigenous Yoruba folklore? Tell us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. This is a great opportunity for me to share this because I perceive that many are confused because because one is a Christian, is a child of God, you have to do away with culture. It's never and can never be possible for anybody to do away with culture. It's not possible. Our culture is our way of life. We cannot say because we are serving God and we say we don't have culture. No, that's a wrong belief to me. Everything we pass through as a child, just as you mentioned now, storytelling is part of life, it's part of our culture. When we were young, we gathered together, Alo, Amapalo. The Alo is an eye-opener to younger ones when we are growing up, for us to know the way of life, for us to know, to teach us wisdom, to teach us many things. Badi, all those things, we all did all that one. We got, and Kilo Koja Loji Doba, Tiki Koba. I think you know that. What is that?
Alo Apamo ni Yoruba ń pè.
But do you know the meaning of that? Kilo Koja Loji Doba, Tiki Koba.
Agbarani.
That's it. You see, that's what I'm saying. Many people are confused. There's no way anybody can take away culture from our way of life. It's our way of life. As a matter of fact, it helped us to be closer to God.
So did you learn this from your mother, or where maybe you were staying in Owu or in Egba? Yeah. How did you come about?
Yes. As a matter of fact, that is the way of our life of growing up. That's the way to educate the children, to let them know about the Yoruba culture. Nobody can take that out.
I'd like to just chip in, sir. With all respect to Professor Falola, I want to ask, mothers are often the pillars or the ones dishing out this alo akpamo, alo akpagbe in the evening. Some men also do. Sir, did you learn this from your mother, or you want to leave the legacy to your mother or your father, or just the community of Eba?
Well, I want to say that both my parents, they are good parents.
I clap for them.
My father is good. I love my mother, but I love my mother more than my father. My mother is my everything.
Wow.
She's the one who is always there for me. And my mother is a special mother. My mother came to live for her children, to see that we are okay. She devoted time, dedicated time in making sure that we are okay in life. She was a very disciplined woman, that when my mother look at you and make her eyes like this, you know what she's saying. She doesn't need to talk before you know. Very, very disciplined woman. And although she didn't want me to play music because she wanted me to be a successful person in life. And to my mother, she didn't see that can happen through music. So she wanted me to be either a lawyer or a doctor. My mother is from Owu, Nabekuta, and my father is from KC, Nabekuta. My father is an Ibama, while my mother is an Owu. So she wanted me to be a lawyer. She thought my success will come through either being a lawyer or a doctor. And she will wake me up in the midnight. Olashuku, Aremu, Omolakisi, Omolashika, Omoye. Listen to what I'm telling you. Stop beating drums all about. Don't you want to be a successful person? I said I would like to be. Don't you like to be? If you face your study and you're a lawyer, they will be calling me. Oh, my lawyer. They'll be calling me. Hey, above a pleasure car. Don't you like to ride the pleasure car?
Okay.
And I will respond, I like to ride the pleasure. Hey, if you want to ride the pleasure car, stop beating drums all about. Face your studies. Don't you like to go to London?
But you have been to several parts of the country.
My mother didn't know. She didn't know, and I couldn't blame her.
Oh my.
But finally, when she saw that, that's what I wanted to do. And I was bold to one day ask my mother, why is it that you don't want me to be a musician? Then she told me, musicians, they smoke cigarettes, they smoke Indian hemp, they are drunkards. I don't want me to be a motio jomuti, me to be a motio mumbo, no she ya mumbo. And I thank God that my mother did that to me, because I promised her, if that is the reason why you don't want me to be a musician, I promise you, I will go into music and I will be a good example. And I tell you, because of all those things, it was a good warning. Because when I started, everything that my mother said, I met them. But I always remember, no, my mother said this, and I promised my mother. And by the grace of God, I thank God. I promised her that I will be a good example. And by the grace of God, I have been a good example. I thank God for that.
I like to end my interview by saying thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to know a bit of your mother. And I'm so glad also to know that your kind of music full of moral teachings. But it's a pity that today youth are changing the faces. I pray they can emulate you as we are doing, and we pray that you will live longer than you even thought. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
So thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Falola. We are very blessed to have you. We are going to have a musical interlude for 15 minutes. Chief Ebenezer Obey will sing for us. Enjoy, please. Thank you.
Celebration.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This is wonderful, sir. Thank you very much. To our audience, you are going to listen to more music. Chief Ebenezer Obey doesn't get tired. We have to ask him where he has the energy that he can keep going for hours. So it's my pleasure to invite a distinguished personality, Mr. Alawade Dayo, to conduct his interview. Please tag him for us. He's very famous. He has his own television station that is also streaming this performance and this live interview. He's been practicing journalism for many years. He's a publisher of the Alaroye newspaper. In fact, we just call him Alaroye. Many people don't even know his real name, which is the Yoruba newspaper. Like Chief Ebenezer Obey is from Abeokuta, where he attended Abeokuta Grammar School before going to the Times Journalism Institute, the Nigerian Institute of Journalism, University of Ado-Ekiti, Ambrose Ali University, and Lagos Business School. He has so many degrees, including a master's degree in public administration and yet another master's degree in business administration. Mr. Alawa Adedayo, is your turn, sir, and thanks for joining us. Mr. Adedayo.
Oh, Professor, sorry, we're trying to get him set up. I think he's having some technical difficulties.
While he's solving his technical difficulties, I can ask Chief Ebenezer Obey a question. Are you training younger people about music?
Oh, yes. I see the need to contribute my own quota in impacting life. And by that, I have a foundation. And I have Ebenezer Obey Music and Skills Institute. That is a combination of music and skill acquisition. Because I saw that we have been turning out graduates several years, and after the tertiary institute university education, they still don't have job to do. Many of them ended up riding Okada. Whereas what we're supposed to do, which I have seen and I knew, is to allow our youth to go into skill acquisition. We cannot have enough bricklayers. We cannot have enough of carpenters. Skill is the most important thing. I saw that in foreign land, they pay them hourly. They pay them hourly. Whereas here in Nigeria, we pay them daily. And I know it's going to come to that a time will come when what happens to them in foreign land will happen here, that we shall be paying them hourly. Instead of wasting away, I'm happy that the government too has taken that as a special priority. I'm very, very happy about that, especially in Ogun State. And my institute, my foundation is in Abeokuta. We have a music school that people are on scholarship and we subsidize. They pay little or nothing. And we have turned out those who have come out from our music school that are in other places. Sound engineering, equally, all that is what we do in Abeokuta. And I see that it's a as a matter of fact, it's a youth empowerment center. It's a youth empowerment center. Nowadays, we use a lot of cement in molding blocks, but there's a new technology that we use clay. Even in the olden days, it is clay. Even in overseas, it is clay that they use. They only use the cement to shock the clay. The clay is there for us, and this new technology is a combination of little cement with the clay. It costs less. The price for cement these days is going higher, and this technology is a special technology that we have, that we are training people on this line. It will help people to have their houses built at a cheaper rate. All this is my own combination with the music school that we are running in Abeokuta.
Is Alaroye ready? If it's not ready, so your music took you to different parts of the world.
Yes.
And one of your favorite songs, which I like so much, I call it itinerary music.
Okay.
In which you use the various places that you visited to compose a song.
Okay.
In later years, Barrister did the same thing.
Okay.
So, were your mother alive to see these achievements of yours? Was she alive?
She was alive to see part of my success. My mother went to be with the Lord in the year 1995. In the year 1995, she saw that the success, and she was very, very happy that our dream for me to be a successful person actually came true, even though not through being a lawyer or a doctor that my mother wanted me to be, but she was a happy mother. She knew that my name is all over the world. She knew I've taken my music to almost every part of the world, and she was a proud mother. She was very happy. She died at the age of 97. So fulfilled before she went to be with the Lord.
Thank you, sir. So this experience, sir, and your school, how can we use them to advise younger people about university educations, reorganizing the universities, that these are alternative ways of making a living, alternative ways of making progress?
Yes, thank you.
You don't have to say I must go to Ife or Ibadan before I'm successful.
Yeah, well, university education is good. It's very, very important. Education is very, very important. For whatever any man wants to do here on earth, education is very important. But at the same time, there are other areas that we are neglecting, that we are not looking at. Those are the areas that I want people to know. It is not only education. Education with skills will help people, especially the younger one, instead of wasting away. They can equally learn how to do something within 2 years. Within 2 years, they will know this one. They will know this, and they will be self-sufficient. They can work for others, they can work for themselves. Because though applicants are so many and the job are not there, so those who are the elderly people who are even supposed to retire to allow the younger one, they don't want to leave. And nobody can blame them because there's no other source. So let's create jobs. The only way we can create jobs is to acquire skill. Is to acquire skill. And agriculture is the most important thing that everybody here on earth need to do. Agric is the first job that God gave to Noah. And you cannot do agric and not succeed. We cannot plant enough. If we plant enough to eat, we can export the remaining. I'm very happy that we are concentrating on agric, but we need to do more. We need to say it much more louder than the way we are saying it, so that the younger ones can see the need for them to go into agriculture. We cannot fail. Oil, a few years from now, oil will be nothing. So it is agric and skills that will help us. If we can build our own bridges, you can do all those things.
Good evening, Professor. Hello, Professor. I think Mr. Adedayo should be ready to go.
Okay.
Meanwhile, can you hear us?
I will I pinned Professor Labode Popola, who is Vice Chancellor of Osun State University, and he will like your answer to this question, because as Vice Chancellor, he's emphasizing exactly what you're talking about. Hopefully during the question and answer time, he will ask you more questions on that, because as Vice Chancellor, exactly what you are talking about is the very first to set up a Center for Sustainable Development in our universities, skill training,
Yes.
development training, and he fused it with Yoruba culture.
That's it.
That you can acquire these skills. It doesn't mean you won't know our culture, our history.
Yes.
So thanks for coming, Mr. Vice Chancellor. We're grateful. During question and answer time, feel free to ask him questions.
Thank you, VC.
Yeah, and Ebenezer Obey was appointed a professor, not a nickname by Olabisi Onabanjo University. We
Yes.
thank the Vice Chancellor then, Professor Adesanya, who facilitated this appointment. We are very grateful, sir. So let's go to Alaroye. Alaroye, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
So can we see your face?
Have you seen my face now?
I can only see Tunde Kilani's name. Obina, can we see his face, please?
Oh, yes, Professor, it's there.
Is there? Okay.
We are seeing him here. We are seeing him here.
Okay, I can see him. Please, sir, go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. Èmi náà fẹ́ fi àkókò ìkí bàbá pé mo kí yín o, ẹ kú ayẹyẹ, ẹ kú oríire o. Ọlọ́run á tó jẹ́ kí a rí yín pẹ́ o.
Amen.
Some of my questions will be personal, and I hope you are going to kindly answer them. In 1992, when you decided not to play juju music for the public again, I was one of those fans who were very worried and concerned, because we believe most of your albums were full of evangelizing and preaching the words of God. But now you just decided you will not play music for us again. And we pleaded, but you refused our pleas. Some 18 years after, someone just gave me the information that Chief Commander was back on stage. And of course, I wouldn't believe that, because it had been so long, until I met you in Ibadan in April 2010 during Dr. Mololu's birthday, and I saw you. So while I was just entering and I saw you on stage, I was wondering what type of music you are playing, maybe juju or the gospel music. Just then, the governor of your state then came in and you changed. And I said, yes, truly, Commander is back. 2 months after that, I met you again at Chief Jola Yemi's 70th birthday, and then I believe you are back on stage. Now my question is, what time did you realize that we were actually right when we were pleading that you shouldn't leave us like that? Or was it the talent that actually brought you back on stage, sir?
Thank you very much. I'm very happy for these questions, because it will throw light to several others who have the same mind that you have. I appreciate you. Like I've said, my life is not made by myself. Everything about me is God. God is the one who gave me the gift of music. And to even choose the kind of music that I'm playing juju music, I believe God directed me to play that kind of music. And God used that for me to be a source of my livelihood in life. I was known all over the world. But like what you said now, it is not it was not my own decision. God's calling differs. The way God called different man of God differs. The way God uses different man of God differs. My entire life I've committed into the hands of God, and He has molded my life, He has shaped my life, He has directed my path, and everything that I've done here on earth, I didn't have any regret for any. The only regret I have is that when I was younger, I tread in the way that music and the music that a lot of temptation, and that is just about women. So I have my share of girlfriends, but I don't want to talk about negative things. Now that I'm going to 80, everything I want to say is nothing but the truth, but I want to talk positively. I want to impact life. I don't want to talk about darkness. I've moved out of darkness into light. But listen to this. God directed my path to play juju music, and I play juju music. It wasn't me that decided I want to leave to go and play gospel music. It is true. All my music have evangelism traits from the beginning. But calling of God, it is God who will call a man of God to give him an assignment to come. When God called me, I struggled with God for over 11 years. I didn't want to do that because I was enjoying what I was doing. I didn't want to do that at all. But God has His own way to call anyone that He wanted. Yoruba people, they use it like joke. Ẹgbẹ̀rún Sàámú, kò lè sá mọ́ Ọlọ́run lọ́wọ́. Ó dàbí pé wọ́n ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́, iṣẹ́ yẹ̀yẹ́, òótọ́ ni. If God wanted you, He has His own way to call you. So I attended the call of God. And I was able to do that at my 58th birthday. And I came into the ministry. I was using my music. It was the same music that I was playing. Because when anybody see me, what they will think first is, you want to hear Obe to sing. So music became a vehicle that I use for winning souls for Christ. I have my ministry, Ebenezer of Evangelism Ministry. And I have the church arm of my ministry, the Cross Gospel Mission. I go to revivals, I organize crusades all over. And God that I made altar call. I've seen where I made altar calls and I see more than 1,000 people coming to respond, to give their lives to Christ. That is the most important thing. 1 billion naira cannot buy a soul. You can't buy a soul. Salvation is not for sale. It is the price that Jesus has paid by His blood. That's the only thing that can draw sinners to the Lord. So I thank God. You are right. 18 years precisely, I came back. I started doing what I call special appearance. And I will let you hear this again. That did not happen by accident. Have you ever heard about Miles Monroe? Dr. Miles Monroe is a man of God, late now, went to be with the Lord. But I was in London at a Clearwater program, and we were there together. Dr. Miles Monroe used to call me Pastor Obe. But on the day of concert, Dr. Miles Monroe was there, and he saw when I was playing music, that because when we have the concert, it's only the music alone. As I was playing and he saw the response and what was happening, he took the microphone from me and said, Pastor Obe, can I tell you something? I said, yes, sir. Don't leave this. This is your ministry. Use this in winning souls. You will win more souls than preaching. Your preaching should be this. And he said, he, as a man of God, what he is doing, even in the service of the Lord, he is doing the same thing for nations of the world where they will invite him to come and teach about leadership. He said he teaches that all around the world, apart from the Christian circle. And when he's there, he teach that, and he all is just teaching them is about servant leadership. And what he's teaching them is nothing but the Bible that is, but he doesn't mention this and this. He's not preaching there. He's teaching them that leadership. He said, do this with your music. I tell you, this is your ministry. He said so. In the presence of many people. Ayewa was there. Many people was there that day. But when I heard that, I prayed about it. And that was the reason why I now came back and I said I'm doing special appearance. I was charging people higher money and they were paying it. I put half of it into the ministry and I used that part of the half of it to pay my boys and myself. I do that. There was a lot of criticism. Many people were saying, oh, we are backslidden. When man is speaking, it's good. But when God speaks, what God says is better than what man will say. Me, I've been in obedience to God Almighty who called me, and He has seen me through. I'm still highly, whatsoever God doeth shall prosper. People is over, nothing can be added to it, and nothing can be taken out of it. God doeth this so that man can fear Him. Ọlọ́run ṣe léyìí káwọn èèyàn kó lè bẹ̀rù ẹ̀ ní Ecclesiastes chapter 14 ló sọ yẹn. Ó gbèsè mi ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run ló wà, mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run, Ọlọ́run ò fail mi o, kò dẹ̀ disappoint mi, ó ràn mí lọ́wọ́ gan títí bí mo ṣe wà yìí. Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú mi, Ọlọ́run wá gbọ́ ọ̀run wò mí ò wo agbóyàn láti ṣiṣẹ́, mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ Ọlọ́run tó pè mí, ó ń sìn mí jáde, ó ń sìn mí, ó dẹ̀ ń darí mi, ó dẹ̀ ń ràn mí lọ́wọ́. Káwọn èèyàn fi ṣe àríkọ́gbọ́n pé ìpè ó ṣe pé báyìí ló ṣe láti ṣe, báyìí ló ṣe láti ṣe, wọn ń kọ́ ọ̀yàn pé báyìí ni. Àwọn tó lè kọ́ wa, wọ́n kọ́ wa, àwọn bàbá tó ṣáájú wa, tá a lè gba ọgbọ́n lọ́wọ́, à ń gba ọgbọ́n lọ́wọ́, à ń gbàmọ̀ràn lọ́wọ́. But kì í ṣe everybody ló lè kọ́ ẹ. Nínú Christendom gbogbo ẹ̀ ló fẹ́ kọ́ ẹ. Eléyìí fẹ́ ṣe báyìí níbi iṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbọ́dọ̀ báyìí ní kí wọ́n ká kúrò rìnrìn ẹ̀ ló máa rìn. Bí èsì wá táyé kò náà ní 80 years tábà ti ṣe ká máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run lókù. Àbí kí la tún fẹ́ dà káàtì dà, kí la fẹ́ ṣe káàtì ṣe. Ọlọ́run ògo ni kó dá gbogbo ògo padà fún Ọlọ́run. Kò sì kì í ṣe pé idea o, it's not idea. Mine is God's calling. Ìpè tó dẹ̀ dájú ni, ó dẹ̀ lógo, ògo yẹn dẹ̀ ràn bí òrùn, ó dẹ̀ máa ràn títí dalẹ́ ni. Lórúkọ Jésù, thank you very much.
Now a follow-up question to that, sir.
Okay.
March 29, 1980, I was at Baba's burial in Abeokuta.
My dad, yes.
Yes, I was there. And when it was time for you to dance as an Omoloku, there were only 3 personalities that wore the same ashwebi with you. One was Alhaji Assis Arishikola from Ibadan. The other one was Danjuma, Alhaji Danjuma of Danjuma Cinema Kiki. And the third was Dr. Sikiru Ayinde Barrister. Then later, Alhaji M. Abiola came in, and Alhaji SOA Bankole, Alhaji Akoni Dokumu.
Even Sonny Adetu.
Why I was mentioned, yes, you danced before Sonny Ade, all of you. Why I was saying this was that all those people I've mentioned were Alhajis. How comfortable were you? How easy was it for you to be able to mix in the midst of all Alhajis at that period? Judging by the situation we have in the country now, where religion has torn us apart.
Well, thank you very much. God is love. It is out of his love that he created man. And he created man in his own image. That's why we are not cows. That's why we are not dogs. He created man in his own image because of his love. And when God created man with his love. So I have Muslims as my friends. That doesn't matter. And I want to tell you this. You don't say because you are a Christian, you are enemy to every other person. Even to the traditional something. You extend love to everybody. That is it. That what Christ taught us is love. For God loved the world that he gave his only begotten so that whosoever can be anybody, it can be Onifa, it can be anybody, whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal kingdom. I have Muslim friends. When I was in school, I have Muslim friends. I grew up with, even in my own family. My mother have two senior brothers. The firstborn of my senior brother to my mom was a Muslim. We do things together. Come back when only and the next one, and don't be my mother is a Christian. And don't that could be one Muslim. In the family, we go and share paponi. Don't man say lay out, don't have a mark when one match of one just go paponi. Turn over say I don't share paponi. Ni power she more. O sí yàtọ̀ pé nítorí pé ẹnìkan jẹ́ Muslim gbọ́dọ̀ bá lẹ́kọ̀ọ́.
Thank you,
Ẹ
sir.
mọ̀ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sọ yẹn tó bá gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sí rí ní ṣe àwọn Christian wọ́n máa lọ kọ́ọ̀lù wọn yàtọ̀ ní wọ́n á lọ kọ́ọ̀lù wọn pé ìlú dá kọ́ yìí o Christian kan ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ lọ́rùn ṣe fẹ́ kórí ìfẹ́ lọ́lọ́run. So mo ní àwọn Muslim tó ń jọ rẹ̀ dáadáa mo lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ alájì yẹn ọ̀dọ̀ ní kankan ṣe. So bọ́ọ̀lù ọ̀nà ìfẹ́ nìyẹn we must tolerate one another. Be peace, that's how we can have peace. I have quite a lot of Muslim friends up to now. So, and to me, you don't say because you are a Christian, then everybody become your enemy. No. What kind of Christian are you? That's me. I don't see anything wrong in having friends who are not Christians. And it works fine with me. I have peace. I'm a man of peace. I love peace. I extend that peace to everybody. And even
Yes, sir.
you can read, people can read us as Bible. But then can people only more work, any like there was rara, and Lumi rara one Oloma Lua.
Thank you, sir. Now that you mentioned King Sunny Ade, for the past 50 years, the two of you remain our constant star in Juju music. What is the relationship between you both?
Well, thank God for that question. You put it right. Over 50 years, myself and Sunny Ade, we have been the same. God made that possible. God gave me my gift. God gave Sunny Ade his gift for us to contribute our quota to nation building, to making people happy in different ways. And we both have complemented that. Sunny Ade is a fine person, very humble person, nice man. I pray that God will continue to uphold him and see him through. And equally, I am doing my own thing. God sent us here on earth to come and that is why Jesus and we are doing that We thank God for that. Àdúrà ni pé kí Ọlọ́run tún jẹ́ káwọn míì, àwọn Ọlọ́run tún ti gbé àwọn míì jáde o. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ Barisa ọmọ mi ni. Bóun fúnra ẹ ṣe sọ nìyẹn pé bàbá mi ló ń pè mí. Even though mi ò ṣe ẹni tó lè bí lọ́mọ ṣùgbọ́n ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ pé bẹ́ẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ sí mi nìyẹn. So bọ́lọ́run ṣe ṣayé nìyẹn. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ tún àtún rí àwọn ẹ̀bùn tọ́lọ́run ti fún àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ti ń jáde, àwọn ọmọdé tó ń jáde, àwọn Davido, gbogbo àwọn tó ń jáde. Ọlọ́run ló ní ẹ̀bùn, ló ń pín ẹ̀bùn. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ sì máa gbé àwọn míì dìde. Gbogbo wọn lọ́lọ́run dẹ̀ máa ṣe lóríire. Àwa tá a dẹ̀ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà, Ọlọ́run ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
Amen.
That's it.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Now that you've mentioned them, coming up stars and then the respect for parents, the inter-reformers of Chief Commander that had the likes of Captain Ogunlade, Fasasi, Babatajuddin, David, Olaleye, Akiwowo, Mudi Kekere, Simone Ayelabowo, and some others. You people created what you call Milikis, and a lot of people after that try as much as they could to play the type of obeys music. We had Yemi Kuti, Yomi Taiwo, and others like that, Fully Peperimpi. But I only enjoy exactly. I only enjoy Beni. Ó dàbí ìgbà tí labalábá bá gbìyànjú àti ṣiṣẹ́ ẹyẹ, kì í ṣe orin òbí. What do you people? What remains so unique about Chief Ebenezer Obey's music?
Come again, about?
What is it that is so unique about the Miliki sound of Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey?
Well, it is the ingredients, like when you cook a soup. If a woman wants to cook a soup, you will plan to make sure that they put ingredients and we load. So the taste of the food is what makes the food to be different. So the way I arrange my music, the way I put my words together, is my own making. That's what I'm talking about, gift. The way I compose my songs, the way I do everything. When I do this one, I do another one. I do it differently. It's me who always know what I want to do, and I do all those things. So those who are playing like me, they want to be. See, I'm wearing Gondoda. I have a copy. They want to be like me, and I like all of them. Yemi Kuti, even all his children are playing music. Out of his children, I see playing. One of his children is playing with me today. So, and tí ó bá ti di pé oníkàlùkù bá ti ṣe débi tó fẹ́ ṣe dé, tó bá wùn láti lọ dá tiẹ̀ lẹ̀, á lọ. So bó ṣe wà nìyẹn. So, and àwọn náà tó dẹ̀ ń play ibi tèmi, àwọn náà ń gbìyànjú, wọ́n ṣe. Àwọn náà tún ronú ra wọn, wọ́n á tún fi tiwọn kún, wọ́n á tún ṣe lọ́nà míì. Àpẹẹrẹ náà lèèyàn máa ń wò. Ó dẹ̀ dá káwọn èèyàn kán ṣe àwòkọ́ṣe nǹkan tó dáa. Gbogbo ní ìwòye ìjẹta nísìn Pẹ́kàjà ó ń pè mí. Ṣùgbọ́n ó máa láti Ìṣẹ́yìn, ó máa gbé orin ránṣẹ́ ní last week, ó sì gbé orin ránṣẹ́ sí mi. Àwọn lára nǹkan tí bàbá máa ń jẹ nìyẹn. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ wọ́n máa wò. So a máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run, ṣe bí Ọlọ́run ló fà náà ní tí wọ́n ń wò ṣe ká rìn kí ó pọ̀ tí ẹni ló fi ń yẹni ọ̀pọ̀ ìfọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ táwọn èèyàn dé sọ pé jẹ́ kí n kọrin bí lágbájá báyìí. A máa dúpẹ́ náà ni, and I thank God.
Thank you, sir. Now, my last question for you. May 1973, you opened the Ebenezer Hotel, 67 Ipaja Road, Agege. And before then, you had built 72. Before then, you had built the Papa Jao house.
Okay.
Then you
know me, go.
The story was yes. The story when you built the Papa Jao, you were less than 30, and the hotel you were still were just about 30. So, and then we started hearing Obe musical and instrument company. Then they said Obe had their Ilepo, Lonipanu, and a lot of other things. To the extent that people are now comparing you with the likes of M.K. Abiola, Henry Fajenurokun, most of the people you have praised in your records, including Akoni Okoya. So how rich was Chief Commander then? And how rich are you now?
Thank you very much. Let me open the eyes of people to the truth. How can people compare me with M.K. Abiola? How can people compare me with Razaki Okoye Ligansa? How can people compare me? Owó kí làwa ní? Ọmọ kékeré làwa. Ọmọdé làwa. Àwọn yẹn apá wọn lẹ́nu ẹ̀ ni. Àwọn ipò náà dẹ̀ wá ipò gíga ni. Ọlọ́run kàn fún àwa ní ojú rere, ó dẹ̀ gbé àwa náà sípò tiwa gẹ́gẹ́ bí òṣèré. Ariwo tó wà nù òṣèré ó pọ̀ ju owó tó wà ń bẹ̀ lọ. Àwọn èèyàn tó ń dárúkọ yẹn, àwọn igi owó nìyẹn. Owó táwa ní, èrún owó ní ìtawà ní, ṣùgbọ́n adúgbò lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé kò ṣáàfin bí pa wá, ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ káṣírí wá bò. Wọ́n lè kẹ́ni kan wọ́n má fi àwa, wọ́n má fi mi wíwé wọn tán wí ẹ̀ rárá. Igi mú ó jìnnà sórí gan-an. Rárá o, tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ ni mo fi dúpẹ́ tí mo dẹ̀ fi bọ̀ fáwọn tó ń dárúkọ yẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n tá bá ní ká sọ òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ a máa sọ. I built my first house at the age of 27. And like you said, I don't know, you know me so much, 1972, I built my second building. And by the time I was 38 years old, I thank God for what God has done. Now, àwọn èèyàn lè kí ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní mo kó gbó sínú irinṣẹ́ pé ńgbà tó yé àwọn ọlọ́pàá ń bọ̀ mo sọ iná sínú ẹ̀. Kò sí ní tó jọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oore tó lọ́run bá ṣe èyí náà máa ti rí pé Ọlọ́run ló ṣe léyìí. Oore tèmi ẹ bá tiẹ̀ wo ara mi lásán ẹ̀rí pé Ọlọ́run fún rẹ̀ nínú kọ́lọ̀ mi Ọlọ́run sọ̀rọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run ọmọ májẹ̀mú ni mí. Ọlọ́run sọ pé òun ò ní jẹ́ kí ìyà jẹ mí. That's the promise of God fún mi tí mo dì mú. Kò dẹ̀ jẹ́ kí ìyà jẹ, ó máa ń fún mi lójú rere. Ọlọ́run máa rán aláàánú sí mi. Nítorí Ọlọ́run ṣe fún mi ó pọ̀ o, mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ máa sọ. Láàrin èmi àti Ọlọ́run ló wà ní wọ́n làwọn yẹn ti máa ronú ní tí wọ́n máa ro igbó kan mi. Àwọn àhesọ nìyẹn, àsọmọ́ nìyẹn. Ẹni tó bá ń gbégbó ẹ máa rí. Ṣé mi tí màá mi ní òun fẹ́ kí lù oníkan mú gbó tí mi ò dẹ̀ mú gbó tí mo máa gbégbó kí ló fẹ́ gbó ṣe. Oore Ọlọ́run ní táwọn èèyàn rí yìí. Ó dẹ̀ ṣe ń bá lọ kò tí ì stop o. Ó dẹ̀ máa ṣe títí máa fi wọlé Ọlọ́run sùn ní. Ọmọ májẹ̀mú ni mí. Wọn lè rí nǹkan ṣe sí yẹn torí àwọn ayé wọn lè rí Ọlọ́run mú, wọn lè tí àgádágodo mọ́ Ọlọ́run, wọn lè rí Ọlọ́run má ṣe tó fẹ́ ṣe. Ibi tí gbogbo ẹ fi ju àwọn tí wọn ọ̀dà lọ́run nìyẹn, tí wọn ọ̀dà nìyẹn. Wọ́n béèrè lùkùdí, wọ́n ní mo gbé lùkùdí mi. Ṣé mi mọ tó ń jẹ́ lùkùdí ni? Mi mọ tó ń jẹ́ lùkùdí mi ìmọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀, but ìyẹn thank God for that. A ti fi ṣoṣùn, a ti fi para. But everything from me comes from God. Ọkàn mi dẹ̀ balẹ̀. Tó máa ń ṣe nǹkan àrífún yàn. Wọ́n ṣe láti gbígbà débi gbá. Wọ́n lè trace ìgbé kan mi. Gbogbo yẹn. Àwọ̀ tí ó tòtò mú wáyé ló máa mú lọ sọ́run. Àbàwọ́n kan ò ní sí fún mi. Ọlọ́run máa pa mí mọ́ títí. Ó dẹ̀ ń pa mí mọ́. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. So gbogbo yẹn àsọmọ́ ni. Ṣé ẹmọ òyìnbó tó máa gbé dúró òyìnbó ní ilé ìlú òyìnbó ṣé màá filẹ̀ oṣù méjì àwọn náà dẹ̀ gbogbo ṣé wọ́n á filẹ̀ oṣù méjì wọ́n á sì máa kó sínú instrument oṣù méjì àsọmọ́ ní gbogbo yẹn bọ̀ Ọlọ́run ti wẹ̀ wá mọ́ ó ti fi hàn pé òun lòún dá wa ó ti hàn pé oore ẹ̀hún la jẹ́ everything I do is God kò sí nǹkan tó ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ ń pa mi sí but wọ́n bá ti sọ èmi máa ń wò ní mi ti ẹ̀ mi ń gbọ́dà àwọn ọgbà kan wà tó yẹ pé mo rí pé kí n forin kí n kọrin irú ìgbà ni mo sọ pé bàbá ló rán mi wá kémi wá lò gba tèmi gbogbo abínú ẹni o ẹ jẹ́ lọ dákẹ́ jẹ́jẹ́ Jésù Kristi nígbà tó ń bẹ láyé ṣe ló ń jí òkú dìde ó mú wọn lára yá ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìyanu àmọ́ síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ kò tẹ́ wọn lọ́rùn rárá wọ́n purọ́ mọ́ wọ́n ṣèké mọ́ wọ́n purọ́ mọ́ lójúkorojú wọ́n ló ní kán mọ́ sanwó orí mọ́ àmọ́ síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ tí bàbá láṣẹ kàkà nígbà tí mo débẹ̀ yẹn orí yẹn fẹ́ gùn mí torí orin máa ń gun olórin ẹ̀mí wọn ṣe wọlé mọ́ àtúntò mú ní àdàbà ọ̀run sọ̀kalẹ̀ wálé má jẹ́ ń fi tara bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ mo tún padà sínú ẹ̀mí bó ṣe rí nìyẹn ẹni tó lọ́run bá ti dá Ọlọ́run ló dá mi o ọ̀nà Ọlọ́run mo dẹ̀ ń tọ̀ òun ni mo dẹ̀ tọ̀ títí tí mo fi kó láyé God bless you Aláròyé.
Thank you very much, sir. Prof, ṣé kí n máa lọ ní àbí kí n dúró? Ṣé kí n sì máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ?
Okay, I'll give you one more question. One more.
That's very good.
Okay. One more.
That's very good. Yes, he has just mentioned the irinṣẹ́ lójúná òbí òjúná and the lukudi something. It remains one. There was a time two of your fans actually ran into certain problems. The one woman was arrested in London and jailed. There was another man who was arrested in Lagos for land where he was accused of killing someone, and he was sentenced to death. And there was a twist into the story, and people started saying, and you quickly went to the studio and said, and you start mentioning names. You mentioned so in such situations, when you actually realize that those rumors could affect your career negatively and could even at times ruin it, what were the things that usually came to your mind, and how were you able to address such issues? Apart from use, is another thing for you to go and sing into the records. It's another thing for your personal feelings. So what exactly are you?
Let me clear something. Out of what you have said, one is not correct. There was no woman that was arrested. You understand me? But it is true that I said it. It is true that they started saying that I want to be batiki. Wọ́n máa ń lọlẹ̀ ni wọ́n sọ yẹn ara àbàjẹ́ náà nìyẹn. Ìbàjẹ́ oríṣiríṣi làwọn èèyàn ń ṣe. Wọ́n dẹ̀ wọ́n gbìyànjú gan láti mú ara wọn wálẹ̀ tí kì í ṣe èmi ṣùgbọ́n agbára wọn ò gbé, ẹ̀mí wọn ò ká, wọn ò rọ́nà ìgbégbá, Ọlọ́run fún wọn láyè láti ṣe. Now, juju music is a profession tó jáde láti inú culture pé tí wọ́n bá bímọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ ìjọ kejì wọ́n máa kó ọmọ ẹ̀ jáde. Tó bá ń kó ọmọ ẹ̀ jáde, inú àwọn òbí yẹn máa dùn pé àwọn bímọ, bí àṣà Yorùbá ṣe rí nìyẹn. Inú wọn máa dùn. Àwọn onílù traditional drummer wọ́n máa wá, wọ́n máa lùlù, wọ́n á ṣe wù wọ́n. Ibi tí wọ́n ti mú àwọn tó ń dájú jùlẹ̀, èmi kọ́ ni mo dájú jùlẹ̀. Àwọn bàbá tó ń dájú jùlẹ̀, àwọn Túndé King, àwọn Ìdè Bákàrè, àwọn tó ń dájú jùlẹ̀ nìyẹn. Àwa kó tiwa ń bẹ̀, àwa ló ṣe tiwa ń bẹ̀ ni. Tó ti mú jùjú jáde ni iṣẹ́ jùjú yẹn mo tó wà wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe nìyẹn but ẹ̀bùn tó lọ́n fẹ́ mi ẹ̀bùn tí mo ní ni pé I am a very good composer ọlọ́run fún mi lẹ́bùn ẹ̀bùn láti kó ọ̀rọ̀ jọ papọ̀ ó di orin ẹ̀bùn ni kì í ṣe gbé ọ̀lú léṣe yẹn so iṣẹ́ ìlú yẹn mo ń ṣe iṣẹ́ tí mo ń ṣe iṣẹ́ tí jẹun nìyẹn so ara àti ìṣèbàjẹ́ náà ni pé ẹni tó bá kì í ta ló ń wáyé tí ò ní ní problem tiẹ̀ ìgbọ́nríkà kó yàtọ̀tọ̀ ayé òkè ń lọ bí ọ̀pá mọ́ so ó ní ayé ní bó ṣe rí so ẹni tí ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ pé wọ́n sentence murder òótọ́ ni iṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ dísà ló ń tà so láàrin pé ó talẹ̀ ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti mú ibi tó ti rí problem ni so but iṣẹ́ tó dáa kẹ́dà máa yọ ẹ̀dá dáadáa ló yẹ ká máa rò sí àwa torí pé ẹni rẹ ò kí ń ba ẹni rẹ jẹ́ but ìyẹn ìbàjẹ́ mi náà mú wá mo ṣe wá ṣàlàyé pé ó lérè kọrin kìyàn kò ní kó torí ẹ̀rí lẹ̀ ká náwó fún nílùú ìyẹn ò sí nǹkan Kẹ̀sìntìn nísìn Chivalry Kẹ̀sìntìn 1967 mo ti mọ̀ wọ́n rẹ́kọ̀dì mo ṣe mú Kẹ̀sìntìn 1967 mo ṣe rẹ́kọ̀dì face to face ẹ̀dídì 1967 relationship ló wà láàrin mi pẹ̀lú bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú fẹ́ràn mi gan ìfẹ́ yẹn kì í ṣe kékeré o wọ́n fẹ́ràn mi gan mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run báwọn èèyàn ṣe fẹ́ràn mi nìyẹn gbogbo àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn tó fẹ́ràn mi wọ́n pọ̀ gan tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi inú 1967 ní pẹ̀lú bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú ti wà mo ṣe sáìtì ẹ̀ mo ṣe sọ fún wọn pé mo kí Kẹ̀sìntìn náà ọwọ́ ẹ̀ lọlẹ̀ so àlàyé ní pépà Aláròyé sí àlàyé Aláròyé ṣe Aláròyé kọ́ àbáláyé kọ́ àlàyé ní nígbà tó yẹ ká fún orí ṣàlàyé àdìrí ṣàlàyé like I told you Aláròyé I'm not going to 80 years kí ló kù tí mo fẹ́ I want to talk positively I want to see positive things I want to say positive things I want to say things that will impact lives I'm already in light I don't want to go into darkness that's the reason ló jẹ́ pé àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí gan mi ò fẹ́ máa sọ wọ́n mọ́ bọ̀t nígbà tó yẹ pé ètò yìí ó wá ká sí ni à ń láti fi sùúrù ṣàlàyé ọpẹ́ ní fọ́lọ́run bó ṣe rí ni ẹ̀wọ̀n àwọn tí mo fi pọ̀ God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Let's have a short musical interlude, 10 to 15 minutes, and then we continue with the interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mike. Okay.
Hello. Let's go to on E. Anyone else to be allowed? What you know?
Báyé ń ṣáátá pẹ̀lú èṣù. Ṣèṣe ni wọ́n ṣe lásán. Ṣe lásán. Thank you, sir. We got a request that when you're answering your question, you should be injecting solo music into it. So in all our interviews, we usually involve the young generation. And we have Obina, who is finishing his physics degree. And we have Ajoke from the London School of Economics, both of whom will now interview you. The reason why we do this is to always move forward, whoever we are interviewing, to take their life forward in terms of the questions that are of interest to us. Ajoke, is your floor now.
Commander, once again, I would like to thank you for being here with us.
You're welcome.
And my first question is about music and its role as being therapeutic. With your decades of experience in the arts, what do you think your kind of music is able to offer to the hearts of young and struggling youth in our country today?
Come again one more time, okay?
So I said, with your decades of experience in the arts, what do you think your kind of music is able to offer to the hearts of young and struggling youth today?
Well, I believe that the younger ones who are these days coming up with their own kind of music, I see that their generation understand the kind of music that they are playing, and they are responding very, very positively to the kind of music that the youth or the younger ones are playing these days. My own experience, and from my music that I've played over the years, I've played that music to allow the younger ones to tap one thing or the other from the music. And I can see that from the music, some of them are taking part of the music to remix or to do it in their own way. And by that, I can see that they have been impacted. I mean, the youth have been impacted through my music, and they have been able to take something out of my music. And I look at what they are doing now, I appreciate what they are doing now. Many people always want the younger ones to do the music the way we have done our own music. And I'm saying no, the way they are doing it is the way they know to reach out to their generation. And I can see that the way they are reaching to their generation, they are making impact, and they are taking few things from what you have done to mix with what they are doing. Does that answer your question well?
Yes, it does answer my question, but also I was thinking as well as, for instance, I was listening to your music this morning and it was really putting me in a very, I guess, good mental state, good mood. And I'm just thinking of, aside from the impact that your music has to the individuals who are making music today, we have a lot of youth in our country who are struggling either mentally or just with the state of Nigeria. And I'm just wondering as well, like, what message does your music offer to people like that who are struggling on a day-to-day basis to just thrive in the country?
Well, there are many messages in my music, just like we have been saying. I think I've done over 100 albums, and I've done some singles, and I've done some extended plays, and I follow the same pattern to make sure that my lyrics are meaningful, and to make sure my lyrics will teach people something. That's the way I sit down to compose my music. I select my words so that so they can have meaning, not only just meaning, positive meaning to people.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, thank you very much again for joining us.
You're welcome.
So, Commander, Imasiko is actually one of my favorite songs,
Okay.
but I actually discovered it after listening to Simi. And you mentioned this in your previous statements, right? But how do you think your music has impacted the current generation of musicians that we see today? And what role do you think it's playing has played in the development of the Nigerian music industry?
Well, what me did with Imasiko, she took Imasiko and have her own version of Imasiko. She added few words to make it what she wanted it to be. And before she did that record, she took permission, and I gladly gave him permission to do that. And recently, there's a collaboration that we did the same number. And from that, I see quite a lot of younger ones many more have been coming to me. They want us to do something. And I equally said, well, I will do that with them equally. And not only Simi, Ara did one of my numbers, and a lot of them to pick not total album, they pick part of what they like there and use it. Davido used Alo Majaye in his own version. Well, with all that, I know that my music have impacted the younger ones, and with what me and Simi did, I could see it's a way to blend both the youth, the acceptance is great, and I will be doing more of that to those who are actually reach out to me for us to do something like that. It's a good thing.
So thank you very much. And just continuing off of that very quickly, what do you think the future of your juju style of music is then?
What? Come again.
Oh, please, what do you think the future of your juju style of music?
Oh, the future. Well, the future of juju music is bright. For instance, I see ladies now playing juju music. Yes, I saw some ladies in London playing juju music, and they are playing the version of their music, juju music. Beautiful music, beautiful music. When I saw that, and I saw what is going here, I see that the future of juju music is still bright. Notwithstanding, people thought because it's me and KSA that maybe after us, the juju music is not going to die. I begin to see bright future for juju music more than ever before. When I saw the lady in London, I just watched his one of his. It was something else, and we have. I see a lot of young ladies playing drums, uh, like like my daughter. Huh? Top stick, top way. And I saw another lady on her wedding day. She took over the drums, and when I saw that, I know that yes, the future of juju music is bright. There are quite a lot of silent, upcoming ladies and even boys who are coming out with their own version of juju music. So the future of juju music is still bright. Still bright.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
My last question before I hand over to Obina to ask his final question is just to ask on a lighter note, what has been the secret to your longevity in the music industry?
The secret. Well, the secret I like to say is commitment, hard work. Because if you are doing the same thing the same way, people will be fed up. But when you work to give, to add few things and change the way you are presenting your music, it must not be in the same way. You must do it. Like for instance, Ojeje, Erotinro, Ojeje. If you are a composer, you must try to simplify your composition so that people don't need to go to singing practice, singing choir before they can sing your music. Make it as simple as ever. So it then with good melody. When you combine melody and simple lyrics, I composed Masiko in Ileoluji many years ago. My musician they were just trying something on there. I said, what's that? Keep it on. And it just came. Masiko Londa Muhenda. And I told them repeat, they repeat. After that one, those who are dancing, all of them, they just started, they pick it. Any song that will be successful, make it as simple as possible. Very simple. Very, very simple. The chorus is ojeje. Very simple. Internationally, it was well accepted. So you have to make your music as simple. So if you do that with good melody, those are the part of the secret. And another thing is that when you are praying in a prayerful song, you are praying for yourself. Amen. Orí mi má jẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́. You are Orí mi má jẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́. I'm saying for myself. I'm praying for myself. So the hearers too, wọn fẹ́ kó rí wọn kó bàjẹ́. Àwọn náà ní orí mi má jẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́. Ẹ̀dá mi má jẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́. Simplify the wordings. Have a good melody. That is it. I think those are the kind of secrets I can share here. Coupled with when you sing a meaningful song, people will always sit down to reason and apply it to their lives. Thank you, Ajite.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, lastly, Commander, you are one of the most acclaimed Nigerian artists of all time, and you've left an extensive music legacy as well as many philosophical teachings. But in all of this, please, what is it that you would like to be remembered for?
Well, I would like to be remembered for my contributions. The path that I've chosen to be an artist who will put my words together to impart lives, to teach morals, to educate people. And at times I use my music to assist the government when they have a policy that I believe I need to lend my voice to support them so that it can help the government, like the Operation Feed the Nation. That was one during the Obasanjo regime. And that was talking about operation. I sang about it. Operation Feed the Nation. Níjọba tún gbé dé. Wọ́n sọ fún wa nípa iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ kébi má pa wá. Wọ́n sọ fún wa nípa iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ kébi má pa wá lẹ́yìn wá ọ̀la. Gbogbo wa ní o, gbogbo wa lágbẹ̀ ẹni lọ́gbà lẹ́yìn gùlé ẹ̀ kó gbé pákí. Tóúnjẹ bá ti kúrò nínú iṣẹ́ o, iṣẹ́ bùṣe. Tóúnjẹ bá ti kúrò nínú iṣẹ́ o, iṣẹ́ bùṣe. So any policy that I know is a good policy that the government I support, I lend my voice to assist in making that well accepted. Those are the part of things. So I want people to remember me for my contribution.
So, Commander, once again, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to invite, before we throw it open, the last person to interview you. She's extremely famous, Bimbo Shaw. She's become the most famous music promoter, one of the most successful music promoter in the country.
Yes.
She's an entrepreneur. She founded her own company, Evergreen Musical Company. And she has a degree from the University of Ibadan, where she did her honors degree on I Live Music. And ever since, she's been promoting music. She's promoted the music of Fela. She's done partnership with the Lagos State government. She's done musical festivals. And every day, if you join her WhatsApp, she sends you information on new music and a short write-up. During the day, she works for Lagos City people. And we cannot thank her enough for many of her contributions to the music industry. Ms. Bimbo Shaw, please.
Good evening, sir. I feel very privileged to be part of this forum, and I must appreciate your efforts in promoting our music to the world, and also choosing Chief Commander Obey today as one that should be recognized by the world. And I said, Daddy, you've paid your dues, and the world celebrates you today. You were 79 years. You were 79 years a few weeks back, and we say we appreciate your contribution to Nigerian music. You are one of the last of the originals, and we believe that I know I'm your last baby, and it's a privilege to be here to be asking some few questions. Now, just let us go straight to the point. For the purpose of history, and because of children yet unborn, and even those in the university, many of the research books that a lot of people have read put your states of origin as Ogun State and from Idogo. And I remembered when I asked you, when I put a call to you, you told me you were from Kuto in Abeokuta. Sir, we would want to use this opportunity to know your ancestral home and keep the records once and for all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, because some are confused, and this will help to make things. My father is from Abeokuta, KC. Emire ọmọ Lákèsí ọmọ Òrùlà Àṣìkà, ọmọ Ọ̀sọ́rọ̀ Àbínú Mùjòwúrọ̀. My father is an Egba man. My mother is from Owu, from Lupoye family in Owu. Ọmọ yẹn ọmọ Àjèjì, ọmọ Olówó Dùrú. But I have my connection to Idogo. And the truth of the matter is that my mother having been with her first husband in Lagos for about 20 years without the fruit of the womb. The family of that man called the family of my mother, and they said for 20 years that both of them have been together and there's no fruit of the womb. It is better for both of them to separate so that their own son will go and try, and they should allow my mother to go and try. That was a very bitter experience with my mother, according to my mother. When the thing was unbearable for my mother, then my mother's family, who are in Lagos, advised my mother, your senior brothers are all at Idogo. Go to Idogo. My mother's elder brothers went to Idogo because in those days, the cocoa was doing very well in Idogo. So they left Abese. Abese is one of the Owu, it's very close to Aigbajo. So that Abese is the everybody that have a place in Abeokuta, they must have their village. Abese is the village of Adeoyo, Oyeleye, Toriola. Those are the three people born of the same parents. So two of them went to Idogo. So my mother was advised, and my mother went to Idogo. Forget about baby. You are thinking too much. Don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. Go there. So my mother went to Idogo to be with her elder brothers. When my mother got to Idogo, my father to go to Idogo to combine farming and carpentry. My father was a carpenter. As a matter of fact, all my family members, they are carpenters. From my father's family, carpenter. That's what they do. They are good carpenters. So my father was combining farming with carpentry. So, and my father happened to be the first of my mother's elder brothers. And on site, my father said, as a joke, "Èmi rè má fẹ́ àbúrò yín yìí o. Á dẹ̀ bímọ obìnrin mi, á dẹ̀ bọ́kùnrin mi." So my mother said, she looked at my father. She didn't believe what my father said. But truly, when they met in the dogo and they slept in the dogo, what happened is that my mother became pregnant to my elder sister, who is late now. And after that, my mother became pregnant again. And that is the pregnancy that brought Ebenezer to this world. So my mother, passing through all those hard period, told my father, my mother was the one who said they should name me Ebenezer. It was this títí débi ni Olúwa ràn mí lọ́wọ́ dé. Ibi tí Ọlọ́run ti ràn mí lọ́wọ́ dé ó dá. Èmi tán lé mi àgbọ̀n, èmi tán ní mi lè mo bí ọkùnrin, mo bí obìnrin, ìkẹta ọmọ òsì. Ìsádà kò jẹ́ obìnrin àbọ̀kùnrin. So my mother became pregnant. Each time my mother became pregnant, she always come to Lagos maternity in Massey Street for maternity this thing. And immediately I was born in Lagos at Massey Street Hospital. But immediately I was born, they took me back to Idogo. I grew up in Idogo. I school in Idogo. Everything about me is Idogo.
Okay. Okay, sir.
That is so that's it. Let me share that is it. So when my mother knew that she was going to call me, Olashiko Aremi, má fi Idogo lẹ̀ o. Tí wọ́n ní wọn ò bímọ, Ìdọ̀gọ̀ lọ́lọ́run ti daṣọ àṣírí bo ìhòòhò mi o. Wọ́n gbàgbé Ìdọ̀gọ̀ o. Tí wọ́n kọ́ ní ìjọ sí Amẹ́ríkà, wọ́n gbàgbé Ìdọ̀gọ̀. So that was my mother said, don't forget Ìdọ̀gọ̀. When my children started schooling in America, I bought a house for them. So I didn't tell my mother, but when the children came, they told my mother, Daddy bought a house for us in America. And then my mother come, did you buy for? Then she prayed for me, and then she said it. Don't forget. Oba Kole Ogun America. So it is something that my mother said, and I saw it that my everything started in Dogo. So I cannot forget it, Dogo. I'm contributing to Dogo. I'm contributing to Abeokuta.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I have more like a last question. Okay. The juju music industry today, what can you say? How would you assess it? And also, what would you tell the generation that are doing juju today? Are there some things they need to know? Do they need to pass through a particular musician? Do they need to, what are those things, musicians, so that they can be better off and so that they can also have the kind of legacy you have today, sir?
Yeah, Bimbo, frankly speaking, I saw them playing good music. I mean the younger ones, they are playing good juju music. And I know that the future of juju music is still very, very bright. I know there will be contributions from these younger ones that are taking over from us. They will add their own to juju music. And like we have added something to the juju music that we met, they also will do that. I saw a video of a lady playing juju music in London. This lady was just super. It was so natural for her. And it was like if she must study everything. Seeing that, I believe that the future is bright.
Well, thank you, sir. I know today, as the world is watching you, just like Fela Kuti, I know you are an institution in juju music, and we use today to celebrate you. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Bimbo. Thank you so much.
So we want to go to members of the audience. They've sent some questions, but we allow those who are present to ask their questions before we tap into the questions that they sent. For those of you watching this in other platforms, 4 or 5 other platforms, I've been told that you couldn't see the band, but you could see Chief Ebenezer. In future, I'll work on that. And then we apologize. Sunday next week, we'll be interviewing the president of ASU, Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities. And May 2nd, we'll be interviewing the head of the Ansaruddin missionary, Imam Ahmad, talking about Islam, the Ramadan, and politics with 3 prominent people. Miriam Lemu, who is now probably the most famous woman Islamic scholars, Professor Amidou Sani, the Vice Chancellor of Fante University, and Mr. Remy. So we're talking about Islam, May 2nd. Please, the next 2 weeks, join us. And subsequently, we are fixing time for Ngugi Watiogo, the literature person. We have commitment from the First Lady of Ekiti State, Bisi Fayemi. And in June, we're interviewing a group of 5 women who will be talking about women and politics in Nigeria. How do we get more women involved in politics? We have 4 participants who want to ask questions. Professor Tunji Olaupa, please tag him. Please kindly ask your question. My team, please look for him to tag him. I can see him here. Please ask your question.
Yeah. Am I on?
You're on. You're on.
Oh, thank you very much, Professor Falola. And I'd like to say Kabiyesi to Baba Obe. And in doing that, I'm just Juba fun Ogwolon Ilaye, sir. Yes, sir. I'd like to pay my tribute to Baba. I like to say that I have many parents, and I always claim Baba Obe is one of them. Instead, I'd like to say that I met Ebenezer Obe in the home. And incidentally, you came to Awe to play at the 90th birthday of my mom. When I came newly into the world, what I used to hear in the house were Ewa Wong Ojuli, Aye Gbajeje, Ọ̀rẹ́ mi, ẹ ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́, orin àdúrà, orin àjíǹde, and then much later, Àlọ́ mi àlọ́, Edato Mashe Okunkun, then much later in Mexico. But what was unique was that around the time that I wrote my tribute as Permanent Secretary in 2011, I stumbled to my children, and I was shocked that they knew more of Obe than I do. You know, they had more collection. They combined it with other people that I love, that you inspire me to listen to the likes of Kenny Rogers, Donny Patton, Don William, Don Moen, though they have not matured to listen to Yusuf Olatunji and Haruna Ishola. Now, so the question that I like to ask is, you have impacted my own parents who are way older than you. My father passed on in 2007 at the age of 96. And my mom, when you celebrated, you were still in your 70s. And she died at 93. So I like to, apart from your mama and the likes of Fatai Rolling Dollars, it would be great to listen to hear a few more people who along the line of life have really influenced you. That's one, because I don't know whether I will be called back. The second question will be that you should put on the prophetic cap and say to us, what do you see that the future holds for Nigeria? So 2 questions. The people that have influenced you along the line, apart from Mama and Fatai Rolling Dollars and those who trained you, then for you to put the prophetic cap to say, in the light of what we are going through in Nigeria today, what do you think the future holds for Nigeria?
Thank you very much, Prof. Well, talking about those who impacted my life, I passed through the tutelage of 2 old Baba. God led me to meet those Baba. It was through them that I know about Juju music, actually. I was sitting in front of my father's house in Mushi, and these 2 Baba, they were passing through. One hung a bass guitar, and the other, and they were singing. And I saw them. I just started following them. They didn't know I was actually following them. They were singing. Then when they got to Olumoroko Street, near Post Office, they stopped, and I stopped. Then they started discussing, how are we going to get an amplifier for the engagement that we have tomorrow? What are we going to do? We have looked elsewhere. We are unable to get one. Where are we going to get one? And I, as a musician, I knew where they can rent an amplifier. I just, Baba Kaleo, if I rent amplifier, ni, Mamu in the bit of rent. Say, I just do the left be grandpian. Then they look at me. You want more? Shangal in any. Are you an Asian? I said that I'm a musician, but when I saw you, I started following you from. I was enjoying what you are doing. Truly, you can take us to where we can rent a flat. I said, yes, take us there. I took them there. They rented Ajadudu. There were 2 types of amplifier there, Ajadudu and Grampian. The whole orchestra, we use one microphone. They will sit down, one microphone, and a box. That was what they were. So they asked me, what do you play? I said, I play everything. Can you play Agidigbo? I said, yes, I can play Agidigbo. And all drums. You go with us. That's how I followed them. I was a pool's clerk, and I was earning £3 monthly. I followed this Baba. When they want to give me money, they give me, I think they give me is it now £2.17 or something? Almost my salary for one night. And the wife said, you have not seen anything. We go to nightclub to play every day. You'll be going with us. That's how I started playing with them. It was through them I knew Father Rolling Dollar. Father Rolling Dollar was playing with J.O. Araba and his Afro Skiffle band. And Father Rolling Dollar was playing Agidigbo for J.O. Araba. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ mú bẹ̀yìn tẹ́ bá ti lóyún dákun máa ṣe nítorí kẹ má ṣe gbọ́mọ ọlọ́mọ sọnù o. Ọmọ lérè ayé á sì dá. Tọ́n bá rí ẹ lóde, wọn ò ní béèrè aṣọ, wọn ò ní béèrè owó. Wọ́n lọ́mọ rẹ̀ ń kọ́, wọ́n tún láya rẹ̀ ń kọ́. Ọmọ lérè ayé. It was that record that Rolling Dollar play Agidigbo. Anytime I hear a record, I take my own Agidigbo to score what that Agidigbo play. I did that in Adeolu. I would pick my Agidigbo. Well, Adeolu was playing Agidigbo before he played High Life. I will score what Adeolu play easily. But I took my Agidigbo, I was unable to score what Rolling Dollar play. Then when I saw this Baba, I said, Baba, do you know the man who played Agidigbo in the Jaraba? Only it's Rolling Dollar. And one day when he was on, he said, hey, what Rolling Dollar? That day, Rolling Dollar hung his guitar on his neck. He says, I have been looking for you. What to play in that Agidigbo of Jaraba? I tried to score it. It was too hard for me, but I managed. Then he asked me, how many fingers do you use for play? I said, I use 2 fingers. I said that you cannot score. He said, I use all the fingers. No, you use 5 fingers, sir. Only yes. He said, I'm living at Paul Okunola. He said we should go. From where we left to his house, I composed 5 songs. Then he showed me his house. Then he followed me. He doesn't want to part with me because he so enjoyed the composition. And I told him the number of my house. And he came to, we were friends. Actually, because I have my first band in the year 1957, my professional band. So that's how I became a friend of Father Rolling Dollar. God used me to form Father Rolling Dollars, but it was those 2 Baba that actually impacted my life. I passed through the tutelage of those Baba.
Wow.
For my juju music.
Yes, sir.
So then I became second in command to Father Rolling Dollar when we formed his own band. And I played with him before I started my own band. So those 2 Baba, I cannot forget them. Then your next question about the future of Nigeria. We all need to pray. Not prayer alone, we need to pray and we need to work. What we are seeing is not good for Nigeria to break. It's good for us to be together. But we must work it out. We must work it out. If you look backward to the old Nigeria, Nigeria was a good nation. The way we are going now is not the right thing. We can still amend this thing. We can still correct this thing. We can still show love, equity, and love. If we show love, Nigeria will stand. Nigeria will be together. And we will march forward and prosper. But if you don't correct what is wrong now, I'm sorry. Danger signal is on. May God help us. We don't need war. We need to solve our problem. It's just a question of give and take. Let's allow all of us to be together. Nobody is going to no one can inherit the world, though.
Yes, sir.
That's what the Bible says, oh. And the control only suru ni ojogun aye nkan tí Bíbélì wí nìyẹn. Oníkà kó máa lọ tiẹ̀, ó máa lọ ní. Àdúrà mi ni pé a sì lè túnṣe, a sì lè túnṣe o, a sì lè túnṣe. Káàdẹ̀ túnṣe yẹn ló dá Ọlọ́run ràn wá lọ́wọ́. That we must be truthful to ourselves. One must not consider one as a slave. Ọlọ́run ò dá ẹrú o. Ọlọ́run ò dá ẹrú, ó dá wa láwòrán rẹ̀ ni. Ká má sọ̀rọ̀ wa lẹ́rú, ká jọ ṣe kó jọ dá. Ọlọ́run bá gbèsè tó dá o. Nàìjíríà ò ní bàjẹ́.
Thank you very much, Prof. I think I'm good.
Thank you.
We have 6 people who raise their hands. They want to talk. Wale Shegun, can you locate them? Unfortunately,
yes, sir.
I couldn't see them from here. Hello? 6 people indicate they want to ask questions.
Yes, sir.
7 now, but I cannot see their hands to recognize them. Is it Olaolu Elushakin? Please, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir. We can't hear you. Please unmute him. Unmute him.
Please unmute yourself.
Can you, sir, unmute yourself? We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I thank you, Professor, for the privilege you have given me to speak to our Baba. Good evening, sir. Baba Obi. Ebenezer.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, sir. My name is Olaoluwa Elushakin. And it's a great opportunity for me to meet you today, sir. In fact,
it's my pleasure.
I want to say I am most privileged. Thank you very much, sir.
You're
and
welcome.
I congratulate you on the occasion of your birthday. And I hope I am going to witness your 80th birthday and even 90th.
Thank you.
Yeah, I used to refer to you and your brother KSA as semestering that God has sent as prophets to this world to preach through your music, and that is what has been. And again, what I've observed, because I'm from Ile-Ife, is that both of you have been given that rare opportunity to play for 3 of our Obas who are always gifted with long life. I thank you for your life, sir. I mean, Oba Disoji Aderemi, Oba Okwade Sijuade, and the present Oba, to God be the glory. I thank God again for your life.
We thank God.
Yeah. I used to refer to you, like I said, as prophet, and I pray that God will continue to elongate your life in good health.
Amen.
So my question is not a question per se. It's just to be able. My first question is just to be able to know the second stanza of one of your songs. Olowo Laye Mo. We find it difficult to know the second stanza. I know it to an extent. Olowo Laye Mo, Oluwa Temi Dowo Re. Bolala Eda nítorí The second stanza is ayé kí ṣe lè mí.
Jẹ́ káyé mi dùn. Jẹ́ káyé mi dùn. Ṣe mí kí n lè tẹ́nìyàn.
Yeah, that's right, sir. But the second, that is
Jẹ́ káyé mi dùn. Ṣe mí kí n lè tẹ́nìyàn. Tètè fọ̀nà hàn mí.
Má jẹ́ kí n lọ lófo. Then you started again. Ayé kí ṣe lè mí àti ipò ni mo jẹ. Oṣù ra mi jọ sínú àwọsánmọ̀.
Síkọjá àwọsánmọ̀.
Síkọjá àwọsánmọ̀.
Síkọjá àwọsánmọ̀.
Síkọjá àwọsánmọ̀. Jẹ́ káyé mi dùn. I don't know. I mean, Ọba jẹ́ kí mi blah 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 blah. I don't know and many of us don't know because your music is sermon. Your music is sermonic, and to know it really.
Mr. Elushakin, let him just sing it now so that you get the words.
Thank you very much, sir.
Please give him the lyrics. They will give you let him sing it for you, Baba.
Thank you, sir.
Sing it.
Olówó láyé mọ̀, Olúwa tèmi dọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀. Gbogbo làlà ẹ̀dá nítorí owó ni. Jẹ́ káyé mi dùn, ṣe mí kí n lè tẹ́nìyàn. Tètè fọ̀nà hàn mí, má jẹ́ kí n lọ lófo. Olúwa ń kó lọ́rẹ tó dàbí rẹ̀. Olúwa ń kó lọ́rẹ tó dàbí rẹ̀. Tètè fọ̀nà hàn mí, má jẹ́ kí n lọ lófo. Jẹ́ káyé mi dùn, ṣe mí kí n lè tẹ́nìyàn. Tètè fọ̀nà hàn mí, má jẹ́ kí n lọ lófo.
Thank you very much, sir.
Ayé kì í ṣe lé mi, sir. Excuse me, sir. Sorry, sir. Ayé kì í ṣe lé mi. That is the second stanza, sir. Ayé kì í ṣe lé mi àti ipò ni mo jẹ́.
The lyrics has been sent to your inbox. Please check it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. So my
ayé kì í ṣe lé mi àti ipò ni mo jẹ́. Tètè fọ̀nà hàn mí, má jẹ́ kí n lọ lófo.
We have 11 other people, please.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'm on a journey.
Yeah.
I'm on a journey. This is not my home. Sir. I'm just on a journey.
Yeah.
Thank
you, please.
God bless you.
Please, can Shegun Adefilas for us? Shegun Adefila, please ask your question.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Okay. I've listened to you from childhood, from the 70s. I mean, your music, King Sunny Ade's music, was staple in my home as a child. And today I'm a theater artist. And I find your works resonating in what we are doing in this period we are, 2020, 2021. I mean, I've been listening to you from the 70s and the works are still relevant. What is your advice to upcoming artists in terms of what we should be doing with our art? Because every time we need to think of, you know, some form of advice, and you want to think philosophy, your song comes straight to the mind. In fact, we are working on a production and we are using Sorry, sir. We didn't take your permission.
Oh,
They're using a bit when you said, we found it so useful in the scene that we're performing. So what I'm saying is that your song is present in every phase of our lives and our works. What is your advice for upcoming artists like us, that because we know what the shoes you're wearing, we cannot feel it. But what do you think we should do? Because the challenges you are facing now, I don't think your generation faced it when you were like us. So what do we do? Do we pander to popular commercial music, or retain the didactic and the teaching tone that we find in your works that has made it relevant to today? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I want to answer that question by first and foremost saying that I appreciate what you, the younger ones, are doing. I appreciate you. I see in you more than what, because what is needed for a house is in the house. But at times we don't know that what is needed for the house is in the house. We start running out looking for what you have in the house. What do I mean by that? What is needed for our life is in our life. God deposited them there, like you have said now. Everything you are doing, God deposited it, and you knew it. That's why you brought it out, and you are working it out. From my own experience, what you are doing and your thought, your concentration will always bring you the answer. You can borrow a leaf, like what you said, from this song is good, this teaches this, but from there, that's how you are going to build yourself up. I hope you are understanding what I'm saying. Can you understand me?
Very well, sir. Very well. Thank you, sir.
So it is the way your thought is the most important thing. What is needed for every house is in that house. But most of the time, we leave what is in the house and we are looking elsewhere. I'm happy for you that you have discovered yourself, and where you are now, you are still looking for how can you do it better. The way to do it better is the way you are going right now. Your deep thought, your thinking, your comparison. And if you can compare, this is this, this is this, I want you to be like this, that is it. So to me, you have it, it's all there. I pray that God will help you to continue to bring it out, and it will come out to maximum that you yourself will thank God and say, God, thank you, because you're on the right track. People who are not on the right track, they will not think about what you are saying. That's the way I see it.
Thank you. Professor Awa Yusuf from Kaduna State University. Please pin Professor Awa Yusuf. Yes, please. Elijah, ask your question.
Yeah, good evening. And I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, this is greetings from Northern Nigeria. Thanks for the privilege to speak one-on-one with Baba Obe. I grew up in Northern Nigeria, but to a father who loved Yoruba music. And we grew up hearing a lot of Obe's music. Kete Kete, Ojo Abami Toro Nibadan, Ojo Kekere Ko. You know, this were the things we grew up hearing. And honestly, for me, this is a big privilege. Thank you, TF, for this opportunity. Thank you, Baba Obe, for impacting in our lives. And I only called in for you to know that people in Northern Nigeria appreciate your music. Thank you for the privilege to talk to you.
Thank you, Elijah. You're welcome.
Prince Folari. Prince Folari?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Prince Folari. Prince Folari? I have his permission for you to keep going before we close with the music. He said he doesn't get tired. You can ask him as many questions as you want. Prince Folari, we can't locate you. Theater-centric, are you ready? Theater-centric. Can you unmute yourself, please? Theater-centric, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much. It is a great privilege for me to actually be on this platform. Again, I'm very grateful to actually see all these wonderful, wonderful people.
We can't hear him anymore. We can't hear you.
Hello?
Yes?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay,
we
okay,
can hear
okay,
you now.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for that. So, just like I said, Baba has been somebody who has thrown so much insight to all of us. So quickly, your song, which is has been one of my great weapons in life. No matter what I do, I don't care about what they say. I don't care how they look. If you like, wink or turn your eyeballs or increase your light beam. I don't care. But this is my my take for Baba being a living legend. Right now we are promoting and celebrating Fela. After the 6 feet, Baba. From time past and today, have you had any government support? Have you had any support apart from individuals who rally around you? Because if you don't, this is the time for us to do those crying. Not when there's a 6 feet. We pray that God give you more long life, but you need to actually say this because you're a man of no state, a man of no nation. But again, somewhere along the line, these questions will be asked after the 6 feet, and then you now have immortalizations, pages printing your names and all that. Paparazzi's. I mean, for me, sometimes it makes no sense. I'm one of the people who actually fight for people, celebrate him when he's alive, take care of him when he's alive, talk about him when he's alive. Not at that time one Lagos State is now celebrating or your state is celebrating after 6 feet. I mean, so that is one of my great questions for you. If not, then I mean, there are so many professors, doctors here, people who work with government and all that. They might start writing proposals on behalf of tourism department and all that. Then my second question goes, right now you're still alive. I'm sure you're not as young as before. YouTube has your song. I don't know if you have any biometrics to it. And what is this legacy you're going to leave behind? I mean, how do you want your music to continue? People are bringing your music. Obviously, in some of the answers, you are saying, okay, yes, she or he is doing your music, but added a little bit to it. When you have an original Gogoro inside the bottle, sorry to use that, and you are diluting it with water little by little, after a while, I mean, you can't find that original Gogoro again. So, but your own song, how do you intend to keep your own song for generations to come? The story of Achilles, we are still talking about him now. Fela, we're still talking about him now. How do we continue to read you? How do we continue to listen to you? Do you have yourself in books? Do you have yourselves, on the streamline? What apps have you created? What are the measures you are taking place? That, okay, when I am gone, people who have these directors, not YouTube, not what do you have as Ebenezer Obey going forward in the next 20, 50 million years? My own children, the children that I have not born, I don't know. But what do you have in place? So if you don't, so that people can rally around you, create this thing to your taste, not the diluted version when you are gone, not the hip hop juju when you are gone, not the little bit strings, because this is what Aye is now. So that you can measure it and see the quality you actually want. Have you started putting anything like that in place? Well, those are my two basic questions. Let me not take too much of your time.
You're theater-centric.
Thank you so much for this privilege.
So yesterday, my conversation with him, we actually began to discuss that. I'm part of Mainframe, Tunde Kelani and Alori, they're here. We pose a question similar to yours, but differently. Should we set up something in his honor? In that arrangement, we'll not be asking for his money. You understand? It will just be committed people like you. And if I get your email, we may put you on that committee. So, and some ideas that he himself will have. So, sir, you can respond.
Thank you very much. I want to thank you like you have heard from Professor Falola. The same question was asked yesterday, but not the way you asked it. Well, I am ready to, apart from my plans, I'm open to suggestions. But what I have now is a foundation. Ebenezer Obey Music and Life Skill Institute at Abeokuta, where we have people who have passed through our music school, and we give scholarship to people who are doing music in different tertiary institutions. And in Abeokuta, we are at kilometer 2, Ayeto Road, where we have the school. We have a studio there for people who want to know about music, people who want to know about sound engineering. And presently we are building a 250 ICT where people can further their education, where they can easily from different places around Abeokuta, they can come to that place. We are building that. I don't have all the money to do it, but I'm doing what I can do, and people who are like-minded people, we make it open for like-minded people who want to be part of that. And talking about the skills, all that we are doing. I think what I'm going to do, we are going to, everything we are doing, well, I think we are going to send one to Professor Falola, and we are going to work it together with TK to see how to, like Professor Falola have said, I think they will get in touch across to Professor Falola, and I believe from there we see what we can add or what we can see what step we can take for that. Will that be okay, Prof?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And one immediate change I was thinking, sir, we can even have a museum right away along what Theater-centric is saying.
Yes.
Because I perfectly understand what he's saying very well.
Yes.
It may very well be that we will take it over from you, one of your houses, and convert it to Ebenezer Obey Museum.
Yes, we have that plan also.
So, because what he's saying is, why should people be going to YouTube when we can do the history of your life, some objects you keep, and create a museum? We'll talk about that because we have 7 more participants and you still want to play music.
Okay.
Because if a musician doesn't play music, they are not happy.
That's true.
So I could not see the hands. 7 people want to talk. Are they done? Oh, phone Fatai, Ohio. Please, sir, go ahead. Where are you calling from?
Hello, can you hear me now? I'm coming from Columbus, Ohio, in the US.
You are calling from Ohio. Thank you.
Yes, in the US, yeah. Thanks for giving me this privilege. I will call Daddy Obe. Daddy Obe Nimakweyi. I'm very happy. I'm privileged to. Yes, sir. Lastly, buying sorrow.
Yes,
sir. Aha. Ohun tí mo fẹ́ béèrè sá, nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ ni pé ipò tí ẹ wà sá, ipò ńlá ni. Níbi máa fi ń wé àwọn legends làwọn tó yẹ pé tó máa dárúkọ wọn l'Amẹ́ríkà báyìí, ilẹ̀ máa mi jìgìjìgì ni. Bá dúpẹ́ pé ìwà láyé, àdẹ̀ ń porúkọ yín náà. Mo á fẹ́ kẹ́ ṣèrànlọ́wọ́ kan fún wa. Yes, sir. My question or advice or support mo fẹ́ ask from you ni pé iṣẹ́ wà ní Nàìjíríà. Iṣẹ́ wà gidigidi, poverty ó wà ní Nàìjíríà tó pọ̀ gan. Kíní kan dẹ̀ wà tó ń ṣe níbí yìí tó jẹ́ pé àwọn tó ń lówó yẹn máa ń ṣe tí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ lo ipò yín àtorúkọ yín kẹ́ fi ṣe. Ẹ lè Google ẹ̀, it's called $100 Club. Bó ṣe ń ṣe ni pé bẹ́yìn ṣe jẹ́ orúkọ torúkọ yín tóbi tó yìí. Ẹ mọ àwọn Nigerians tó jẹ́ pé ẹ lè pé kán wá jókòó lẹ́ẹ̀kan lọ́dún kan dẹ̀ fún yín ní 100,000 naira káàdẹ̀ kó fẹ́ nìkan tá a mọ̀ tó jẹ́ pé yà ń jẹ. It's called 100,000 naira club. Ìyà ó wà ní Nàìjíríà, ebi ń pa wọ́n. A mọ èèyàn títì tó yẹ pọ̀ ọ̀run jẹjẹ. Ẹni tó dẹ̀ máa mú yẹn kọ̀ máa mú ni bí áńgẹ́lì lè máa jẹ́. You are the angel that will start this off in Nigeria. It's called 100,000 naira club. Once or twice a year, come and meet. And they meet, find somebody, give the money to them. Your name will be immortalized. What you say no only all on the phone she ká ṣe nu lọ́wọ́ fún àwọn èèyàn. Mo dẹ̀ mẹ́pẹ́ ní foundations. Foundation wà káàkiri. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tí mo ń sọ yìí, foundation wà níbí. Homeless shelter wà níbí. Oríṣiríṣi ká fẹ́lẹ̀ náà kún bó ṣe ń ṣe níbi ká ṣe lọ́hùn. So with your names, I'm very glad pé wà orí platform yìí. Mo ti ń wá láti bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ̀yin o, Sànni o, àwọn tó kù bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ká bá wọn sọ ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Tá a bá form kìíní tá à ń pè 100,000 naira club, ó lè jẹ́ 50,000 naira dín. Kó jẹ́ for 100 people only. 100 ẹ lè pè wọ́n tẹ́ bá pè lẹ́nu ẹ rí more than 100 people. Òbí mo mọ orúkọ yín lágbára tó yẹn. Kẹ́ ẹ ṣe fún Nàìjíríà, kẹ́ ẹ ṣe fún àwọn ọmọ aláìní. Anybody they go to pick is just to be on my picture anonymous lady, and that day the money gives to the person and everybody close. Àwọn tó máa wá yẹn, àwọn tó yẹ pé owó yẹn ò ní lára ni. Tó yẹ pé tó máa fún wọn rárá wọn tẹ̀ ní rò rárá. Irú àwọn adé kẹ̀sìn tàdé butu, àwọn tẹ̀ dárúkọ yẹn. Tó ẹ bá ń ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kan in 6 months. Tẹ́yìn ṣe, Sànni ṣe, àwọn tó lábúrúkọ tó ń ṣe Nàìjíríà will turn round. Ká má fi ìjọba ẹnìkan ò lè dárú yẹn yí padà sí. Èmi àtẹ̀yìn náà ni. Mo ti ń fa kíní tipẹ́tipẹ́, mo ń sọ fún àwọn kan tó ń ṣe àwọn míì ṣe àwọn míì ò ṣe. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mo fẹ́ kẹ́ jọ̀ọ́, mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín sí ṣó máa ṣe é ṣe sà kẹ́ fi ràn Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́.
Well, I will look into it. I will look into it to replace suggestion, but I will look into it.
Yes, sir. And I'll follow through, sir. I'll follow through, pẹ̀lú sir.
Báwo ni àbáyé ṣe yàtọ̀ sí school tán ti dálẹ̀ tán rán àwọn èèyàn lọ school lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́?
Ẹ ṣé gan ni, ó yàtọ̀ sí school. Bẹ́ẹ̀ sí à ń ṣọ̀nà, bẹ́ẹ̀ sí pé à ń ṣe rí inú ilé ayé ìṣẹ́ owó ni. Àwọn lọ sí school, ó bá fẹ́ lọ school máa wáṣẹ́ máa wó. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fún ẹ̀yà kan tó ń tata tẹ́ẹ̀tì ẹ̀ mọ̀ rí kẹ́ fún 100. The money will turn to 10 million. Tẹ́ bá ṣe 100 people, tó bá dá 100,000, yẹn wá jẹ́ 10 million. Tẹ́ bá fún ìyá tó ń ta ẹni 10 million, á yí ilé ayé padà. Á ṣe nǹkan kan lé ayé that spot. Ṣé adẹ̀ tún ra ọmọ mi lọ́wọ́. Bọ̀bọ̀ tó ń tẹ wíbá
what he's saying. What he's saying is, this is not even your money.
Yes.
This is using your influence
to get 100 people.
To get people together.
That's right. Once a year.
Like he is going to be a contributor because he cannot have a suggestion and not contribute.
No problem.
What he's saying is, since you have a big name, use your big name to bring people together. And then one day they contribute and you will not even be involved.
Yes.
You get a set of reliable people. Look for this person in Moshin, near where I was living.
In Abeokuta.
Or Abeokuta,
anyway.
Got 60 years ago. He's selling bolly on the street. An angel came in a woman's skin and said, take, go and use it from your life. That's, and TK is listening. We will write it down.
Yes, sir.
Because it's a very good suggestion. And as a Christian, he's not going to argue with that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes,
so
sir.
I cannot see the hands that are raised. 7 people still want to talk, but let's listen to music. Sheun Okwade, please, sir. Where are you from?
Hello, I'm from Nigeria. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I want to appreciate Toyin Falola for putting this up. Then I want to thank Baba Obi for this privilege that we received to speak here. My first question is going to be based on your album, which is Board Member, in 1972. I want to ask that there are influential people, celebrated personalities that you. So I want to speak more about them. What's your relationship with those people? I know you sang about Tonyaolu, Isi Ejinsere, Funsho Yename. So can you say something about those people? What is your relationship with those celebrated personalities of those periods? Then my second question is, anytime you know that the 1970s and the 1980s, that's the oil boom period, where money was heavily abundant in circulation. And the new music actually reflected the social and economic realities of the period. So my question is, what can you say? What is the correlation between the new music and the oil boom?
Between the new music and oil boom.
During that period.
Oil boom of the 70s. Oil money.
It was the 70s.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
The last question.
Go ahead.
The last question is, during that period, my question is intertwined. During that period, what can you say about using juju music as a means of advertising commodities. We talked about function, yename, level carpet. We talked about telephone. Any person told telephone, alare no mala, then eleganza. Those are my 3 questions. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you very much. I've said it, but maybe you don't hear. Let me repeat it. Juju music is a music that was taken from the culture of Yoruba people. Yoruba people, when there's a newborn baby in the family, on the 8th day, they are happy, they do the naming. When they are doing the naming, it is the time of joy for them. The traditional music, drummers, talking drummers, they come to play, even without inviting, they come to rejoice. And the celebrant will not say, don't come. It is part of the culture that that's where juju music take its root. So now, not only at the age of an old man, so I want more well, and that's part of our culture. It is from there that juju music take its form, and that's the meaning of juju music. So mentioning names of people is part of the business of juju music. It's part of the business. Some of the people you mentioned now, they have the blessed memory of is going to be with them many years ago. So advertisement is part of my business. I'm using what I am as a non-musician to advertise what they have. I'm contributing to the success of their product. So I form the songs to advertise them. I intentionally do that because that's what I want to do. I want to advertise them. And I did it and it was successful. And they are happy. It's part of my profession as a juju musician. Nothing else.
So can I appeal to the other participants? Okay, Professor Alao wants to, you want to ask a question? I couldn't read the note. Can I appeal to the other participants? We can send him the question later on so that he can play his music. We've been interviewing for 3 hours and he joined us. So he's been sitting down in one location for 4 hours now. Can I, unless your question is very, very important, can we allow him to play the music and we close the event with music? I couldn't read the note from Professor Allah. He's saying something, I couldn't read it. Yes, please. Ikeolu Ibirunke from Rutgers University, Omo Ijesha.
Actually, it's Bode Ibirunke. My full name is on the screen.
Okay.
I want to first of all thank you, Professor Falola, for bringing this all together, yourself and your team. I also want to thank Commander Ebenezer for a lifetime of generosity, because you've given yourself, you've given your talent to us, and you have enriched, the culture. You have enriched our lives, so much. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
The question I have has to do with the events. It was interesting to me when you were talking earlier on, and you were describing some of the events that inspired some of the musical lyrics that you then later on went to sing. And for me as a scholar, that's a very rich area, you know. I want to know what the backstory is, what the background is to some of the classics of your songs. And in that direction, I think it's going to be a very wonderful contribution to knowledge if you can write your autobiography so that all of these stories are, you know, part of the museum piece that Professor Falola is talking about, the legacies that other people have talked about. If you can write your autobiography, it is going to give us so much, you know. So if you can just tell us one or two events that inspired one or two of your great songs that we all sing, that would be wonderful. The second question has to do with what you were describing. You said that you carefully chose your words in composing your music, and you wanted it to be meaningful. I take that as the philosophical quality that distinguishes your songs, your work, yourself as a musician from most of your contemporaries, and in fact, throughout contemporary Nigerian music. So this philosophical quality, is this something that you deliberately conceived? Is this something that you consciously pursued throughout your career to be meaningful in a philosophical way that would, I mean, in other words, what would be the philosophy, how would you describe this philosophy of life that is diffused throughout your songs?
Thank you very much. I think I will start asking that question from the last one. Yes, you got it right. And I'm confirming that I choose to release and present philosophical music. That's my specialty. That's my special area. You have taken it from what I said earlier that I am careful about the words and putting the words together. When you release, as an artist, when you release a record that is meaningful, the record will not fade off. It will last. It will be an evergreen. Because every generation that comes and listens to that music will agree with the facts of the case or the message that is philosophical that you are passing out. That's why when I sang Olóyìnbó Tèmi, I want to sing about love. And I was talking about progress of the husband, progress of the wife, lies in the cooperation of both of them. I was singing a song, a love song, but not only singing a love song, morals they are educating people and preparing them for their future. Olómi jọ̀wọ́ o jẹ́ ká jọ máa gbádùn. Àyà tó mọ́yá yìí ló ń ṣìkẹ́ ọkọ rẹ̀. Bẹ́lẹ́gàn bá ń tàn ẹ́ kó má má ṣe gbà ó. That's an example. Ìdùnnú ńlá ní fọ́kọ. Àyà kó mọ̀ kẹ́ ọkọ. Oríire ló jẹ́ fáyà tó bá mọ̀ kẹ́ ọkọ o. Onítèmi ìyàwó mi gbọ́ tèmi o. Yẹ ká sowọ́pọ̀ dákun yé ìwà aya mi. Ìlọsíwájú ọkọ ó ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ aya o. Ìlọsíwájú aya o ó ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ ọkọ o. So it arrested everybody. It is there. I released that record in the year 1960 something. Over 60 years now. And it's still like yesterday. That is what turns to evergreen. Every meaningful record, any sense-making, thoughtful something, people will listen to it again and again and again. Because there are moments in life, different moments that we pass through. So each of my record, whatever you are passing through, you can take one and be comforted. So I choose that path to be a philosophical in lyrics, to say something that is meaningful. I do more of that. 90% of my records are that. The 10%, well, is divided. Kamala, church and where I come. So that's the purpose. So I'm happy that you got it. So hope I've answered the question.
You've answered the question, and we have students who try to write dissertations on this precise topic of how deeply philosophical, how deeply thoughtful your music is. And your response has confirmed the reason why a lot of us, are fans of yours, and why I think your music is going to last forever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Mr. Segun Agunbíadé has been complaining, saying he's been here for 3 hours. Mr. Agunbíadé, and the people who sent in questions have been complaining, but I will just appeal, let's just take one more. The people who sent in questions have been complaining. We have to apologize. Our guest is 79 years old. We have to be sensitive. Mr. Segun Agunbíadé, please.
Yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm so grateful. Baba Obe is a legend to me all my life, really. But this is not the opportunity for me to express that. I have two questions, like in one. Kete Kete is my most favorite of all the music because of the bottom line. Like somebody just alluded to. But I am, of course, I use more of Onitemi Kososhi more in my household when I want to talk. Anytime my wife is trying to give me a hard time, I always say Onitemi Kososhi super askelele. So just to calm her down. So I use more of that. But anytime I want to reflect about life, I look at Kete Kete's story. So my question now with Kete Kete is that I'm trying to put Kete Kete's story and relate it to Nigeria's situation. How will you, please, sir, help me to relate the story behind Kete Kete? And how can we still be patient with this government of Nigeria? I don't live in Nigeria. The last 30 years I've been living in New York. But I know, like somebody said from Ohio, the situation in Nigeria is very bad. Then my second question, if you allow me to ask this question, is I wish I have done it like this. Is there anything in your life that you wish you have done differently?
Thank you very much. Applying Kete Kete to the situation of Nigeria, I have said it, and I'm going to say it again. All we need to move Nigeria forward is for all of us to be ready to make sure that we take care of Nigeria. What is the meaning of that? Taking care of Nigeria. Every individual to contribute positively. Number one. Number two, fairness. For Nigeria to move forward, we need to be fair to one another. We have been in this Nigeria, me 79 years now that I've been in this Nigeria. I've seen the past, what it used to be. It was a beautiful, fantastic Nigeria that we all enjoy. Certain things made it possible for us to be together and pass through nice time. Certain things are not right now. If everything is right, we must not be in this situation. Certain things that are not right, let us try to amend them. Let us agree. Let us accept. Whoever, all of us, let's look inward. What do I need to correct? What do I need to submit? What do I need to do? That's if we all do that, there will be a better Nigeria, and we shall live together as one. That's the only way. If I want to say I'm super than you, I'm good than this, you will not agree with me. So let's be fair to one another. Let's be patient, love ourselves, and be one. Then it will be okay. Anything that is causing problem, let's remove them. We can do it. It won't cost us anything. Whatever is not fair, let's take it out away, and let's be together. That's what I can say. I pray that God will give us the spirit for each and every one of us to look inward. And if we are fair to ourselves first, we shall be fair to one another. To me, that's what I think we need to do.
Dr. Jideraji, very quickly, sir. Dr. Jideraji, please.
Then the last one that you said that is there anything that I look back that I wouldn't have done to me? Life is life of experience. You cannot do things right all the time. You do some wrongly, you do some correctly. Those you think you did wrongly, not to do it next time. We fall and rise. That's life. To me, that's the way I see it.
Dr. Jideraji, very quickly. Dr. Jideraji is a psychiatrist at Yaba Hospital, please.
Daddy Ebenezer Obe.
Yeah.
Iwájú ni ọ̀pá ibi tí màmá rí sí o.
Àmín o.
Ẹ dàgbà ẹ tọ́ o. And I just want to lend my voice to what everybody has said. And of course, we can't overemphasize this because in this generation where you don't have people of this caliber anymore, we have all reasons to celebrate you. And Ode Billy, no pay 79, Emma 89, Emma 109. But as one person earlier contributed, you'll be doing us an autobiography, and I think you, in a subtle way, accepted that. But before you do that, I just want to ask, because while you've been speaking since about 3 hours, your English command of English fascinates me. Go. One just lérèfé because ẹ ti jókòó ẹ ti ń pẹ́. Ṣé gba professor ní English ní ìwé mélòó lẹ kà sà? Thank you, sir.
Well, kì í ṣe bọ́lá ṣe máa ń ṣe ayé èèyàn náà ní ẹ̀bùn èèyàn kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ fún yàn. Nǹkan tí èèyàn bá mọ̀ tó bá mọ̀ dáadáa ẹ̀bùn ẹ̀ máa ṣínà fún ẹ. Kì í ṣe nípa ìwé nìkan èèyàn fi lè di professor. Olabisi Onabanjo University, I was appointed a visiting artist. and what they want to know. Ó dàbí gbogbo program yìí sí gbogbo ọ̀dà sọ wákàtí mẹ́ta yìí gbogbo nǹkan tí ó yẹ ká sọ àárí sọ nǹkan tí mo ti bá sọ àkọwòye nìyẹn Ebenezer ń gbé music tèmi wọ́n fún mi ní professor lé lórí torí kò sẹ́ni tó mọ music yẹn àwọn orin tí mo kọ èmi mo kọ wọn kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ wọ́n bíi tèmi àwọn tó ń béèrè yìí náà ni àwọn ọgbọ́n tá à ń béèrè yìí orin ìta kọ báyìí báwo lè ṣe jẹ́ báwo lè ṣe jẹ́ báyìí ó ń fún àwọn ọmọ yunifásitì ní ìmọ̀ kì í ṣe àwọn ọmọ yunifásitì nìkan àwọn olùkọ́ máa ń wà ní ìgbà tí mo bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ so àwọn ìtọ́lọ́run fún wa yìí náà ọlọ́run fún wa ní professor gbogbo ọmọdé ń béèrè question lórí láti ọ̀rọ̀ tàbábẹ̀ sí pín àwọn rẹ́kọ̀dì ẹ̀ tàbẹ̀ sí tànálẹ̀ tàbẹ̀ sí sọ tàǹṣì láwẹ́ ó tó nǹkan so ìyẹn ni àwọn èèyàn míì gbà wọ́n fún ní professor nítorí ìwé tán kà wọ́n ń torí ẹ̀bùn tọ́lọ́run fún èmi òun ni àwọn èèyàn bí ó dàbí program yìí adijoko wákàtí mẹ́ta tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ eléyìí ó ṣe rí náà nìyẹn. Are you okay?
Ó ti dá. Ojú ń tì mí láti tọrọ. Ọlábọ̀dé, please, very quickly. Ọlábọ̀dé, quickly, please. We will bring him back another time. Ọlábọ̀dé, please. What's your question?
Yes, sir. Ẹ ṣeun gan ni. Mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ láti United Kingdom ní Birmingham. And I'm so happy to meet you. I will make it very brief because mo wà considerate pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Sir, nǹkan ẹyọ kan ni mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín. Ìjẹ̀ṣà ni mí. And then anytime tí n bá ti ń gbórin yín tẹ́ bá ti ń dárúkọ Ìjẹ̀ṣà, in fact, orí mi máa ń wú ni. But there is one music tí a lò ní mo ṣe function kan ní àtòrí Zoom ní Iléṣà ní over the weekend and your song was played throughout. And something just came to my brain. Pé kí ni bàbá yìí lè rò débẹ̀ tó fi lè kọ orin yìí? Though it's the question people have been asking you. But at the same time, mo tún fẹ́ further ìkílè opportunity tí mo ní láti bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ for the first time in my life, you know, mo gbọ́njúmọ̀ yìí ni. And then kí n fi lè mọ̀ pé okay o, tí n bá tiẹ̀ dáàrin àwùjọ àwọn èèyàn, nǹkan tí Ebenezer, bàbá Ebenezer Obìnrin tán fi kọ orin yìí, òun lélẹ́yìí o.
Orin wo, which one are you referring to?
Yeah, mo kí gbogbo Ìjẹ̀ṣà, ẹ̀yin ọmọ olóbì ọwọ́ ti rí wọ́, ẹ̀kí àjànàkú, ọmọlé kìdíkan ẹ̀kí wọ́n bá yẹn. You know, mo wá wò ó, then mo lọ sí school l'Ógbómọ̀ṣọ́ náà tá a bá wà bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n á tún máa fi orin tẹ́tí tí kí Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ náà tó bá ti fẹ́ ṣe ẹni tí Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ wọ́n á tún fi orin yín sí. Mo ti bá àwọn ará Ìwó náà, ó dilé òdì. So ẹ mú àwọn ìlú ìlẹ́yọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà, Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ débẹ̀ o, èèyàn ńlá ló lo Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, ìlú Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. You know, àwọn náà máa ń fi orin yẹn sí tó bá ti fẹ́ ṣe anything related to their town. So mo fẹ́ mọ̀ kí ni ó wá sọ́kàn yín, ṣé irú àwọn situations báyẹn lẹ ti foresee pé ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ iwájú ló fi wá sọ́kàn yín tẹ́ fi ṣe àwọn cassette yẹn. Then another thing I want to ask about is there's one thing we would always say in our midst. It's an opportunity to see you. I represent you as a social person and as a priest of God. You know, but àkọ́kọ́ gbọ́júmọ̀ yìí nínú social circle ni, and then some of us are very social. We love stories, we love things. You say bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ń kí àwọn èèyàn afẹ́ràn. Ó ní ẹnìkan nílé Ṣàngbá ẹ̀, one the very rich man, they call it S.K. Bakari. Nínú story, a gbọ́ wípé òun ló kọ́kọ́ spray yín pẹ̀lú dollars. How true is that? And that's just a short question I want to ask Anesha Ngoni for even speaking with you for the first time in my life.
Thank you so much. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí orin Ìjẹ̀ṣà àti àwọn Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, Ẹ̀gbá, Oǹdó gbogbo ẹ̀ ni mo kọrin. Nǹkan tí mo ṣe kọrin yẹn ni pé mo rí pé ibi gbogbo làwọn èèyàn fẹ́ràn record mi, wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ràn music mi. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ràn music mi ó jẹ́ nǹkan dáadáa. Èmi ronú pé bí gbogbo wọn ṣe fẹ́ràn mi yẹn, jẹ́ kí èmi náà kí n sọ pé èmi náà fẹ́ràn wọn. Èmi náà fẹ́ràn wọn ló fa àwa lọ́mọ Abẹ́òkúta, ìlú rere, ìlú ọlọ́lá, ibi gbogbo lásọ̀rọ̀ lùwà, Ẹ̀gbá ọmọ Ìlísàbí. Tìlú mi nìyẹn. Mo kọrin tó pọ̀ gan nípa ìlú mi. Mo dẹ̀ kọrin tó pọ̀ gan nípa òdòkú dẹ́. Mo kí gbogbo Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Ìyẹn mo tún touch àwọn Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Mo kí yín o. Èmi ọ̀rẹ́ yín o. Tẹ́ láfẹ́ràn orin, èmi náà fẹ́ràn yín o. Kákọ́lé kára mọ́tò, Ìjẹ̀ṣà lónìí yẹn. Ẹ wá wàrà tí Ìjẹ̀ṣà ń fowó dá. Ìdùmarè mọ́gbà sáà náà lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀. So it's a prayer. Ẹni ọmọ ìjà àdúgbò wọn máa rẹ́rìn sóbè, inú wọn máa dùn sóbè. Èmi láti jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ gbogbo èèyàn, mi láti jọta, mi ò dẹ̀ lọ́ta. So òun náà ló fà Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ ó ṣe wà ní ẹ̀. Èkó náà, Lagos State is the place for us. Johnson ló wà bẹ̀rẹ̀ mú Bọ́lájí Johnson gómìnà, Adéwálé kọmíṣánná, Lagos State is the place for us. Olówó ló lè kó mo sọ, ọlọ́lá ló lè kó mo sọ, èèyàn pàtàkì ló nílùú Èkó. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ mú bẹ̀ sí it's just I want to be friend of people. I mean, if a lotter, you the lotter.
Ọláyídé Kúyì. Ọláyídé. Ọláyídé dà. Ọláyídé. Yes, ma. Okay. Question, you ma. Ask your question, ma.
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Go ahead, ma.
Good evening, all. Hallelujah. I really appreciate this forum. I really appreciate this forum, sir. I want to ask Chief Ebenezer, how do you feel, sir, when you see your son on stage? Was it forced to start playing music, or it just came naturally? Because I can remember during my uncle's final burial, late Onitire of Itire, to say him. Some people were saying Omowoni, Omowoni. And I was at another occasion in Abeokuta. I saw him playing fully on ground, and it was so interesting. How do you feel, sir, when you see your son taking after you? Thank you, sir.
The son.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead, sir.
It is the wonder of God. I didn't force him to play, but he chose to play my music, and he's doing it very well. Not only him, all my grandchildren, they are into music, all of them. Wow. And I didn't tell them to go into music, by themselves, and they are doing pretty well. So when I see them doing it, I'm happy. For instance, my grandchildren now, I rehearse with them to come, sing your song, let me hear you. And I will teach them, okay, I will compose new song for them. When I compose this song, they say, hey, Grandpa, I'm happy to see them tapping from that. So when I see Tolu playing this, I know he's playing my music. Fine. I don't have any objection. Those who want to
thank you very much, sir.
So
you are really a lucky man, and your job is divine.
Amen. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir.
So let's close with a gift of music from Baba. You can play for 15 minutes, and we'll let you go and rest for tonight. Thank you, sir.
Hello. Let's do some. Let's do some more life. Let's take it from. Let me take it. What key? Are you going to do that on E?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And 4 hours. This is a lesson for all of us, young people. An interview that lasted 4 hours, and before then, he was here for another 40 minutes, sitting down in one location for 5 hours. My first question to him is he should count his blessings. And this is one of the blessings. The energy that God himself replenishes. May God continue to replenish your energy. Amen. Many people have prayed for you. I join them in praying for your health, in praying for your legacy. Amen. And as you can see, they are not talking behind your back. Our people you do not know, the guy from Birmingham, the guy from New York, the guy from Ohio, the professor from Kaduna, all saying that all over the world, in different parts of the world, you have people who love you. I don't think between now and the rest of civilization, to the day of judgment, there will never be a day that somebody will mention your name. I'm not even saying one person. There's no day that in this world, till the day of judgment, that we all come back, your name will be mentioned in different parts of the world. And whenever it continues to be mentioned, may your Creator let it be permanently mentioned for good. I remove my cap to thank you, sir, and to say that we'll follow up on some of the suggestions.
Thank you.
Go and eat your ewedu and laugh as from Idogo. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All the people who interviewed him, the students, Alaroya Didayo, Auntie Adija, the performer, our good friend, Okin, Esho, we cannot thank all of you. We normally follow up with a thank you letter, and we'll do that. And members of the audience, we are very grateful. We can only see those who join by Zoom. There are 4 platforms, which is more convenient because it consumes more data. So we have more people on Facebook and on YouTube. We are very grateful to all of you. Thank you. Until next Sunday, when we interview the president of ASU, stay well and stay safe. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, sir. Bye-bye, everyone.
After 9, that was 5 hours.